Who would have guessed? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The Dune Awakening Deep Desert Adventures 2.0 do continue. I would like to find a big spice field to feed Big Mama because we made it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this absolute chad of a building. This giga chad of a spice refinery. Yes, we have the large one. We need 10,000 spice sand to feed it. That means one trip ain't going to be enough. Well, actually, one trip is going to be plenty, but, you know, more is more. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this beautiful Ornithopter, and we're going to fly it all the way to the north, because I think I saw a spice blow around the large spice mound to the north. I don't know how it is on your server right now, but we got the northern spice mound, we get the one in the F5s, and we get one in the I9s later. But I think I'm just gonna fly to the north to hit the I2. I think it's I2 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I can actually find that. Oops, forget to use the booster. Let's climb all the way up. Guten Morgen, Willie. How's it going? Very good. It's gonna be a bit stressed the next couple of days because we got, like, I have to make multiple Diablo 4 videos. So we get, like, you know, top 3 builds and starter builds and then necro builds and then builds for other classes and how to level and, you know, how to get the power. So it's gonna be an exciting few days ahead of, like, just pumping out things like there's no tomorrow. So call this the final chill day I have before stuff descends into madness. It's gonna be good. It's just a lot to get done in no time. I mean, technically, I shouldn't even stream Dune today. Technically, I should just make Diablo videos. But I want to play Dune. So, what can I say? Sometimes you just gotta do what you want to do and not what you should do. Let's boost our way back up. Okay, where is that spice blow in the I sector? I think it was like here, I2, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, or was it further over to the side? Could have been that there was also a medium spice blow that I kind of missed. Hopefully not. Be a shame. My Thopter empty. Let's double check that. Yabba dabba doo. Okay, my compactor's repaired too. It's like the worst nightmare that your compactor's not repaired and actually breaks. What microphone model are you using? I cannot recognize it by the look. Oh, that's because it's a very unknown one. It's an Origin from Ashton, I think. No, Ashton Origin. Was recommended to me by a sound engineer because it is like some open microphone that you can speak in directly. So I kind of like speak from this angle into it. And for a only $200 microphone, it has a very good sound and style. What beer's in that mighty mug? The brown beer that realives you in the morning. The hot brown beer, Jackal. Because it's not worth it to make hot brown beer in tiny mugs, right? Just wanted to say your videos on YouTube, TikTok help me so much in Dune. Been having a blast with the game so far. Mr. Kinpachi, how far have you gotten? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have now achieved the large spice refinery. And the number one thing I would like to do is just start from the beginning. You know, it feels like I've beaten the game and now I can start from the beginning and have fun. Dragon Handlock is quite a while ago, Mr. NA. That's quite a while ago. Have you been Gekta in the deep desert, Steven? 2 people have tried, 2 people have died. So, yes, I have. No, I haven't. I mean, we also have had PvP in the research stations, but again, victorious. There. Oh, it's full. Chat. Let's look. I can see the purple in the distance. Let's go. That's what we're looking for. Willie, you can definitely look at the Ashton microphones. They're very good. When before I had an Electro Voice. Electro Voice was powerful, but it's more like an instrument microphone than it's actually a talking to a microphone. Not that it had bad sound, but this one has more range and fun. Are you excited for tomorrow morning? Tomorrow evening? Yes. I mean, I'm looking forward to play some Diablo again. It's been a while. You know me, I always like to start new things. Any tips on getting the tall cut array? You go to the Haga Basin, teleport yourself then to Harko Village or Arrakis. In Harko Village or Arrakis, you're then going to buy the cut array from the Choim Exchange. Okay? And for the love of God, don't try to farm it. When I tried to farm it now, many times. I am unlucky as hell. I know others who have like 10 already. I did not get a single one. So I did simply buy my cut array, considering also that it's vastly faster to farm the money than actually farm the cut array. Like, sometimes you gotta just accept that you're unlucky, right? And you'll be having to just spend your hard-earned solati on things. I just got a large spice refiner solo. Any tips on spice farming and water usage as a solo flow? Do you tips with 2 water windmills? Well, so the goal with the water mills is that you always just craft when you wake up. So right now I have 200,000 water due to my water windmills, and I will use this 200,000 water to now make 400 spice melange or something around that line. And then I will wait for tomorrow to then craft even more stuff. So I am not too stressed in crafting everything ASAP. My second line of water production, by the way, this is an I2. My second line of water production is my decaliter johns. So I have always 4 decaliter johns with me, 3 to 4. And I fill them up in the Haga Basin. And whenever I get to the deep desert, I just refill my water reserve there as well. That helps tremendous as a double combination to actually like always really have enough. But it comes to the point when I make too much plastanium that I'm just out of water. And that's just what it is. There's like, yeah. When I'm a solo player, again, right? I don't... The worm just vanished? Oh, okay. So I don't need to 24/7 continuously craft. If I can't craft right now, then I'll just craft later. You know? Someone is definitely not wearing worm boots from these guys, or someone is having their shield activated, because the worm is just aggroing way too fast. You're camping stone step, but you're just out of luck. Yeah, I mean, end of the day, you just farm 80,000 Solari. And 80,000 Solari is relatively easy to get. You either just farm some chests throughout the world. Like, for example, if you go into the deep desert and farm the deep desert research stations, I think each deep desert research station is at least going to net you 15,000 Solari or so per run. And then you also have a chance to get the compact compactor, and you get assault ornithopter parts. That's what I, for example, would do. And then with that farm, you can just finance yourself a tall cut array or a compact compactor, whatever you're actually looking for. You know? Sorry, the waifu. How many chances are there to be killed by others in the deep desert? Are they all toxic? My server is not toxic at all. Now, this is really a server by server thing, right? So, like, you might get a server full of toxic twatbags. You might get a server that is dominated by one guild and that just demands that the deep desert belongs to them. These things can happen. Like, this is literally like the game can be a hit or miss depending on the server you're getting. And there's no telling if you will get a bad or a good server, right? You're just gonna get lucky. How do you get the unique compactor? It's research stations in the A row of the deep desert. that gets you the compactor. Or you also buy that one. You end up making a new character. Sadly, we did not have time to do some speedrun fun yet. Because we've been just stuck with this character. I mean, I always wanted to make a new one to just see how fast we could reach this stage where we're at again. But I'll be fair, I just simply haven't had the time yet to do this. Like, we're continuously just having, like, more fun with this character. We just built the large spice refinery, which is actually a damn good achievement as a solo player. So I'm really happy about that. And now I'm getting my spice to actually make 200 spice melanges for only 70,000 water, which is insane. So I'm getting like twice as many melanges now as before. It just shows also how absolutely broken the large spice refinery is, that you can do that. And what we need to do today is, which is kind of like a fun thing, we actually need to break down our deep desert base. Why do we need to break down our deep desert base? Because if I go for exit, we actually have the Coriolis storm coming in 20 hours. So the Coriolis storm is right around the corner. And we have to break down the whole base today. We have to bring everything out. But before I do that, I obviously want to make... Oh, wait. Did you just... I wanted to say, you just... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Did he just eat my spice melanges? My spice boobity boops we made. I'm short 130 on the large. Yeah, yesterday I pushed it hard. Like, in one day I made, like, what, 300 melanges. So it means in one day, in a couple of hours, we made 300 melanges. So I just, you know, pushed. Because the 500 melanges seems so unassailable. But as soon as you actually get yourself your assault ornithopter, like, since I brought the assault ornithopter to the deep desert, I've been just swimming in spice. It's been crazy. Like, instead of doing these tiny, like, 4,000 spice runs or 3,000 spice runs, you're doing up to 8,000 spice runs. Yeah. Does the storm affect all bases? The Coriolis storm at the end of the week affects everything. The Coriolis storm is not a simple sandstorm. The Coriolis storm wipes every tile clear. Okay? It destroys mountains. It destroys the research stations. It wipes... Like, you have to imagine, like, a big freaking nuclear storm that just tears everything apart. Okay? That's what the Coriolis storm is. It's erasing the infrastructure of the world. The death still is nice, but not mandatory. Well, I mean, you can get a ray with just doing wind traps. The death stills are just such a relaxed play style. As you can simply, with the death stills, like, I can right now, while I'm an hour inside the deep desert or longer, my death stills are just producing water, right? My wind traps too, but the death stills are just making more. They're just too relaxed to not use them. What is that tiny thing? What's that bird, Chad? Why is there a bird next to my... What's that bird? Wait, since when there are birds? What are these birds? What was that? I've never seen birds before in the game. I don't think private servers work with the deep desert. The private servers have their own deep desert. So all private servers together end up in a private server deep desert. Which is public then for the private servers, as far as I understood. Goodness Christ, who's having his shield active or something like that? I mean, seriously, do you have, like, no discipline in the... I mean, like, the worm is just... Is it never not here? I mean, I've been farming the deep desert with, like, 40 people, like, in one large spice field. You know, 40 bet, you know what I mean. And then the worm hasn't been there this often. Oh, goodness. So yeah, like I think private server actually has the worst deep desert because you're sharing it with a bunch of entitled people. No offense. Like, you know, if you go on a public server, you know it's public server and you know what's going to happen. People, like, it's just a mixed bag, right? But on a private server, you get all these people who are, like, trying to play for themselves and trying to hide away, and they also don't have to, like, fear any consequences from the world in total if they misbehave like total twats, right? Who's gonna call them out for it? They just live on their private server and don't give a flying. Oh, my storage is already full. Ladies and gentlemen, look at me. Easily 7,000 spice to start the day. That's what we like to see. The worm lingering around. Well, there is a patch that's coming with 1.1.10 where the worm supposedly lingers around longer around spice fields. I don't know if that's a good change because what's that going to do? I mean, it's only going to make spice gathering more tedious. So it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, it's not going to make it more exciting or anything. It's only like I'm jumping my Ornithopter, jumping my Ornithopter, jumping my Ornithopter, jumping. That's a good haul for the morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go for one more run. So I want to make 400 spice melanges. That should be good. And then we're gonna race the base. But before we race the base, I want to do some research stations. I'm actually gonna hit up Karyasha if he wants to do some research stations. That's also on the menu today. And then after we're done with research stations, we are gonna destroy the base, and I'll show you the process so you can actually see it. You stream make content full-time? Yes, sir. We're now a content creator in our 11th year. Full-time in our 11th year. It's been a while. We're still sane to a degree. To a degree. How do research stations work, Empa? In the PvP area of the deep desert, loot is shared. Okay? That means if you go in and you loot a blueprint per chest, then everyone gets a blueprint and everyone gets spice infused plastanium dust. If you do a research station in the PvP area, that research station is PvP, so other players come in and fight you and your team. And the loot is also shared. That means that there is 3 to 6 blueprints in there and tons more resources, but you gotta share with your mates and gotta determine who gets what. So you can't just take, well, you could technically take everything and be like, streamer benefits! Get fucked, bitches! Exposure bucks for you and you, yeah. Be thankful I took you on a ride. The usual, you know? That makes the deep desert bases, research bases in the PvP area way more valuable, but because the amount of blueprints is just crazy. I used unique MK6 gun rate on buggy and I got 150 per, oh yeah, the unique Mark 6 cut array is crazy, but also very expensive. When is the patch for the extension of the PvE deep desert area? It is already out for almost a week now. There need to be a method to report players for building resources with bases and block path intentionally. I think it's fine. I know it sucks, but I think it's fine. What is such a big issue for you at the moment? Death stills is the answer. I have been, so I am right now in the plastanium era. I make plastanium. I have 3 death stills, 3. I've never had more than 3, and I have 2 wind traps. That's it. That's how I'm producing enough water. Then I have my industrial dew scythe together with 4 liter johns, decaliter johns. That's enough. I've never needed more. Do I run out of water? Yeah. I mean, if I craft 400 aluminum ingots and then I craft another 200 aluminum, I might have used up my water. And then I quickly just gather new water. Or like if I craft 100 plastanium, that's 125,000 water. It goes away, but then I just wait for more. Are you able to get Mark 6 gear in the Aero? No, the Aero never had Mark 6 gear. The Aero only had Mark 5 gear. Okay. So this here is the PvE area, my friend, where I am right now. Okay, let's deposit the spice. Let's deposit the spice. Turn left, turn left. Spice out. Spice out. And then, ladies and gentlemen, 200 spice melanges, 10,000 spice sand, boom. That's gonna take now 44 minutes, and I have 200 more melanges. Hey, yum. And we're gonna go, here we go again. Mama, do 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 do, mama mia. Let's fly and do that another time. Empa, I don't know if the promotion is still running with the Atreides uniform, if I'm honest with you. I didn't check the dates. I don't have it on the top of my mind right now. My problem with the large spice refinery, it makes less residue. Oh yeah, I mean, if you need the residue, I can see that being a problem. Fiery. But, like, I mean, obviously it makes less residue because it's more efficient in making spice. So if we're going from a logical perspective, right? So the refineries make more residue because they're less efficient at making spice melange. So there's more residue left over. So the more efficient the refinery gets as making spice melange, the less residue it has, right? Is your server empty? No, Big T. My server is absolutely chock full of people, but these people like to do PvE. We have PvEers that are hunting down griefing PvPers. There is PvP on this server, but it's mostly inside the testing stations and the research stations, right? There is person-to-person PvP, player versus player, not 5 Ornithopters versus 1 Ornithopter. Ergo, good to see you there, brother. Are you able to have boost and storage? My friend, this is an Assault Ornithopter. Assault, not Scout. In the Deep Desert, I only use the Assault for gathering, because the Assault is having more space, more inventory. So for example, I want to go to the spice field, right? To the large spice field. Instead of making 4 trips back and forth, I essentially make 2 trips back and forth. Less flying, more loot. Lucky Big T, yeah. I mean, Big T, I am eternally blessed. My gameplay experience is completely different to other people's gameplay experience. There's no way around it. There's no way like, ha, ha, ha. Nah, I have a different gameplay experience due to my server being relatively chill. And I cherish that. Trust me. Doing storage and thrusters? Yabba dabba doo. Thank you very much, Empathic Wolf, for your subscription and support. Karis, thank you for the 103 months. Bokito with the 53 centuries of summer dubbers as well. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 subs already in the morning. Is that possible on the Scout? No, the Scout can't have storage and thrusters. On the Scout, it's storage or thrusters. Not only is it storage or thrusters, you have to pretty much have like the storage then in your inventory or the thrusters in your inventory, and then you have to actively debuild and rebuild it, and that kind of stinks. And the thrusters are also needed on the Assault Ornithopter because without the thrusters, the climb would be shitty. I mean, this thing is slower, and without the thrusters, it would take ages to get range up. I started playing on Lampadas, so far only positive impressions, Sycamore. Well, Sycamore, it's funny because this time it's the other way around. You know, usually you join a streamer server and the streamer server is full of the aggressive people that are crazy, the filthy tryhards, and so on. And now you join a streamer server, our Lampadas here, and you just get the most chill server that exists. Best way to move base, Assault Ornithopter. I'll show you the process of moving the base. It is tedious though, because I have to load this Assault Ornithopter full with everything out of my base, and then fly back and forth. Good morning, Skinny. How are you doing? What server is it again? EU Lampadas. Is the advanced death still really good? I'm still using the standard death stilts, but only because I have been too lazy to actually make the bigger death stilts. Okay, what happened here to my spice field? Or is the spice field just showing it as depleted? Or did Shia Loot come and eat this? Because just a second ago, this was a full spice field. Or is it just like the color change? Because sometimes the color is also just bleached out. Did a Papa Worm come and eat this? Probably, right? Oh, did someone get eaten? What happened here? Someone dropped a large fuel cell. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, worm came. Fuck, that's shitty. I mean, I was so happy of getting like 8,000 spice this morning, or 20,000 or something. Damn. Okay, Papa Worm, then off to the next one. That would mean we're gonna have to fly all the way now to F5 here. That's a bit shitty. I'm not happy. And Patty, thank you for the sub gift. Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you for the sub and the gifted sub, Jesus. I hope you still get your cool uniform. The guy that keeps showing up in your shorts feed. I mean, I would be surprised if I show up in your shorts feed, sir. I should show up in your long form feed because I'm not making shorts. They bloom again after a couple of hours. Yeah, I want to wait in a couple of hours, sir. If you end up in a toxic server, can you move to a new one? A couple of people said they moved servers. I don't know how you move servers or if they just abandoned their character and made a new one. But if you're really on a toxic server, like, I would generally consider just starting from the beginning because we all know how bad it is. Right? I remember playing World of Warcraft with you back in the day. I don't think I ever streamed World of Warcraft with Stoffel. Are you sure you're remembering the right person or a different Ponyhoff? Because I never streamed World of Warcraft. That was before my content creation time. What does a toxic server look like, Hammy? So, I mean, we're saying a toxic server, but it's actually part of the gameplay. So, a toxic server would be full of griefers. So, some servers have people patrolling the E-row. I say patrolling because that's what they do. And just waiting for you to leave to then instantly tag along and try to murder you. And we're talking about 5 to 10 Ornithopters trying to blast you down. One player. Or whole guilds, pretty much, building bases on top of every single PvE zone titanium cervidium node so that you're forced to go into the PvP area, for example. Thumpers in the PvP areas trying to kill your bases when you build them slightly on sand. No stuff like that. The usual. Ready for Season 9 Diablo? Yeah, sir. I already created 3 builds with level guides for tomorrow. We got a Sorcerer, Hydra, that starts with Incinerate. We got a Pulverized Druid that goes Pulverized Start into Pulverized Endgame. And we got a Necromancer with minions into more minions. That's going to be my top 3 builds I recommend playing for starters. And then we're going to obviously drop some more guides on the Necromancer too, because we're going to plan to do a speed farm. Golem Monster? So yeah. That's actually going to drop tonight, Skinny. So don't worry. As soon as the stream is over, I'm going to cut the Diablo video, make the thumbnail, put it out like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. tonight. It should be the Diablo video. And then tomorrow, you're going to get another 2 videos before the actual stream. I'm curious about Diablo. It's a good game. I mean, again, like so far, Diablo for 2 years has given me every 3 months at least 2 to 3 weeks to play. That's a lot of game time. Gecko Guesser, honestly, if you have a toxic server, it might really be best to just leave. The problem is, how do I say this now? The less actual gameplay there's to do, Woodwiesel, moin moin, the more toxic people get. Because you have to understand that there are these people that play the game already for 400 hours. Now, no, wait, they have played 800 hours already in the last 2 weeks, right? They haven't slept, they haven't showered, like they live on Arrakis, they breathe on it, like they wake up in the morning, they take a sniff of spice, right? They're ready. And they're bored. So the only thing they have left is bullying others because they're bored and they call it PvP, right? And they try to find arbitrary excuses why they're actually doing PvP and not just bullying others, right? So and since there is not too much meaningful gameplay, I mean, like the issue, quotation mark, is that if you do 6 to 10 research stations, you have every blueprint for the week. If you do a couple of shipwrecks, you have every blueprint for the week. So that means you're just done, right? For the week, you're actually done. You've done everything you could do in the deep desert. Because you've got all the blueprints that are available. Shit, that one is also depleted. It's kind of, ooh, that kind of stings. And then the only thing you have left is being a twat, pretty much. Or not playing the game, but that is obviously not an option, right? And that's just in the nature of the game right now. So I can't really fault the people that play the game too much, apart from just playing the game too much and maybe take a chill pill in between. But yeah, I mean, they like the game, they want to play, but there's nothing to do. So that's what they do. It only takes 30 to 35 hours to max intel and get level 200. Nah, that's not really true, Blade. Most people sit around, like, I mean, I'm at 100 hours now with 131 level. I mean, could I push my levels faster? Sure, but what for? I mean, I'm still in the Mark 6 thingy. I mean, like, if you say, like, to max it out in the end. So, like, once you reach the 100-hour mark to then max it out, yes, that goes fast. Have the decimated any comments about the Ornithopter griefing? No, we haven't heard much from the devs in the past couple of days, but they're probably working on things, right? You're 151, you're built to deep desert. Well, that's the advantage of this sandbox game. You can do whatever you want. My neighbor just duplicated 3 spice into 3,000 with a glitch. Well, your neighbor should certainly not do that because those things can get you banned. Just saying. Wouldn't be the first game where you lose your account. Finished all Ferment quests on level 37 yesterday. Finishing the Ferment quest gives you so much experience. I did them around level 50 and I got like 4 levels or so per quest. It's crazy. Do you need a guild in order to grow? Having a guild doesn't hurt. Having a guild makes the game more fun. Well, what means a guild? Like having 2 to 3 other players to play with makes the game vastly more fun. Right? Enjoying the Assault Ornithopter, yabba dabba doo. The Assault Orni allows me to gather more spice, and I'm getting copious amounts. I mean, we've already gathered 7,500 this morning. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I'm looking for another. The worm is going for me. This looks like a medium spice plume here. Eat him. The crash ships that crash in Haga Basin, there's no real tip to finding them. You just have to... You just have to go into the shale and miss a tarot. That's where they drop the most. Could my Ornithopter just stop sliding down the hill? Oh, this spice field is atrocious. There's already too many people around this. It's hard because you can't like see the worm, so I'm not sure like how far it veered out its head already. This one is not going to give me a lot. There's too many people around here. And I can get like this little spot here in front of me. Where's the worm? It's already gone. Oh, there it is. You joined the toxic guild? Well, as you say, if you can't beat him, join him. Sometimes that's your solution to maintain your game fun. I guess there you go. Oh, this one is gonna give me like 2,000 spice or something. But where is like the big spice blow? Shouldn't there, like, we're in H7, shouldn't there be an I9 be a big spice? A wormhole? Where's the worm? Is it coming? Is it not coming? Is selling to vendors profitable, worth your time? No. And yes. There are some items. Flower sand, when you make that into blocks. And the loop that you can actually sell for quite some Solari. So no, technically I would not recommend selling to vendors, but if you're really in for some bucks, you could just, because flower sand you can just collect copious amounts easily, and then you can just sell the silicone blocks to the vendor. But actually does make quite some Solari, especially considering like how easy it is to gather flower sand. I mean, with a good compactor, you're getting like what like 20,000 in no time. And then you just make a lot of the blocks, and then you just sell that. It's no get rich quick scheme, but it definitely gets you quite some Solari. On the other hand, you could also just farm strongholds, and you're good to go. Super easy. I got a buggy that accelerates like no tomorrow. I sadly didn't get to build the Mark V engine yet. I got the Mark V bloodshot engine thingy. That would make my buggy even faster. Sadly, I never around to making that one. Vendor do you sell it to? Should be any vendor. Okay, let's actually fly over to the large spice bloom. Because this one is that like 4 people farm a medium one way too quick. That's also crazy. Okay, was it an I9 or I8 where the big spice mouth was? Oh, wow. Did the big one just blow? Oh, don't mind if I do. When's the best time to head to the deep desert on North American servers? Well, it depends on your server, sir. I mean, technically in the morning, there's always less players, right? And in the evening, but that's just normal. We're mad. Good to see you there, partner. Happy the guides are helping you. Some more to come. There's someone in the deep desert charging people 50k to harvest the large spice field. Arkin, I mean, you could just get your own rockets and shoot them down. With the game in a good state in a few months for endgame or dead game, Canal von Troy, you have to understand that this game, Dune, you don't need a live server for it to work. Okay? So, like, for me, it would absolutely not matter if a single person is on the server or not. That's just for me personally, right? So Dune was kind of like, this is an MMO, but honestly, if you play with 2 or 3 friends and your complete server is empty, you're going to have the same amount of fun as if people are there. You're not going to have less fun. You might actually have more fun the less people are there. Right? Are you excited for D4 Season 9? Yes, sir. I got my snackies ready. I told the wife and the children to not expect anything from me tomorrow. I'll sleep in, I'll make YouTube videos, and then I'll be awake all night long for gameplay. And then I'll make more videos. Look at this, Chad. Oh. Overheated, you say? Oh, how unfortunate. I am very happy that they put Ornithopter squishing out, because you used to be able to squish people with your Ornithopter, so I could have just like vulture mode glided on that guy if I felt like it and tried to squish him like he's a bug. Big move, obviously. What's today's plan? Today's plan is to make 400 spice melanges. We're already making the first 200 in the base right now. This Ornithopter should be the next 200. So then we made 400 spice melanges. And then we're gonna break our whole deep desert base down to bring it back to the Haga Basin. And then we're gonna craft things with my spice melanges. That's currently a little bit the plan. The thing is, if I make 400 spice melanges in one sitting, you know what that is? Chad? I mean, already 200 is now the large, large ore refinery. So right now, I got the melanges to make the large ore refinery. Just like, I just used 500 spice melange to make the large spice refinery. And not 20 minutes later, pretty much, we have enough to make the large ore refinery. Fuck yeah. It's going so quick right now. The only way to gain experience is the deep desert. I don't know if that's true. I mean, you get experience usually from everything. I don't think you will ever not be able to get experience from the Haga Basin. Not sure what your friend is on about, sir. The storm starts in an hour. Well, Deku, the storm is in 20 hours, pinnacled, but I think the Coriolis storm starts earlier. So it doesn't start doing damage. It's just a visual thing where there's already heavy winds and everything in the deep desert, and it goes like right, and like the lightning strikes down, that kind of stuff. I don't think it actually does damage. But yeah, the Coriolis storm is already ongoing. So it starts and it obstructs vision. But you could still exist in the deep desert in that time. Only in harsher conditions. Is there a useful way to use the thumpers while soloing? No, if you're on your feet, you don't need thumpers. The thumpers are only needed for team gameplay with harvesters. Because you would put the thumpers down, and they showed this like very nicely in the video. So you would put the thumpers down to attract the worm to the thumpers instead of your spice harvester. Because otherwise, the assault ornithopter has to continuously the Caryopter has to continuously keep picking up the harvester every like 2 seconds because of the worm just getting aggro. So yeah, you put the thumpers down, you then like make sure that the worm is distracted from your harvester so your harvester can like keep harvesting. And technically, you could also use it to grieve others, like by putting a thumper down and having the thumper thump their shit. If that is what you're into. If that is what you're into, sir, then you could also do that. Okay, how much do I have? I have another 5k chat. Okay, look at that. I'm not going to leave before I have 7.2. I kind of want to go and collect like the complete 21,000 here, but I don't think I want to go another time because we also wanted to do some Mark 6 research stations. Actually, have to ask Karyasha if he wants to do some because I don't do research stations solo. That's suicide. Oh, it's not suicide. I can do it. It's just like lengthy and boring, so I don't want to. Is that the compact compactor? Yes, sir. This is the compact compactor, and I've been actually farming so much spice that my Mark 5 compact compactor is about to break. It's actually funny, like we've been having so many large, like in the last 2 days, I think I farmed like 50,000 spice or something like that. So it's been rough in terms of like keeping my equipment up because my compactor is about to fall apart in my hands. Because we're compacting too hard, chat. There's too much compacting happening. It's bad out there for a man who's trying to compact. Okay, my Ornithopter's full. Back to my base. Bye, Mr. Warm. Nice to meet you. The man's been compacting, dude. Packing those compactions on the Ornithopter. It's been a hot minute. See, that thing is about to break. Look at the decay it already has because of the compaction I've done. Look at my tall cut array, just barely. Look at my compactor falling apart. Right? Compactor's just falling apart. Would a still suit not be better for collecting? We had this discussion yesterday. Yes, a still suit would be better for collecting. But what if you would actually get in a fight? What if someone would try to snipe you? What if someone would try to attack you with his blade? You know? Technically, it's always better to be prepared. Do Ornithopter wings flap smoothly or jittery, or is it just do this thing? No, this here, that's the animation. And it's actually spot on. You know, like in the beginning, you felt like this was maybe a poor way of doing this, but how do you want to do it better? I mean, the Ornithopter wings, they're just exactly doing that, right? They're just fiddle floatedy doodly ding around. That has nothing to do with the stream. That's just the wings doing that. That's just how the animation looks. You can get your deep desert base rated? No, not if it's in the PvE row. How to glide? Well, with the Assault Ornithopter, I keep my mouse inside the triangle because the Assault Ornithopter doesn't have an infinity glide. The Scout Ornithopter, you're going to put your point here, and then you press W in between. Actually, my latest YouTube video, where it's Scout versus Assault Ornithopter, latest YouTube video, has that perfectly explained in a very lengthy thingy, and a test on how you can check if you're actually gliding correctly. Because with the Scout Ornithopter, you can gain altitude while you're losing a little bit of speed, and then you gain speed, losing a little bit of altitude, and then you get, like, you net total gain more altitude than you're losing. So you can truly infinitely glide. When will the Deep Desert wipe happens? At the end of the timer. So for me, it's in 19 hours and 24 minutes. The Coriolis Storm will reach its apex in 19 hours, destroying everything. So that means the Coriolis Storm happens before, but the apex is reached at that point, and then everything dies. Can I get all the ores in the start, or do I need to go to the Deep Desert for some orbs? Klein, the Deep Desert is only for Mark 6 gear. So for the last tier of gear. Everything up to Dur Aluminum can be had in the Hage Basin. So the very last tier of gear, the best items in the game, which is not completely true because you say the best items in the game, but for example, my cut array I have is actually better than the Mark 6 cut array, but there's also a Mark 6 cut array blueprint, which is called Kane's cut array. That's better than the Tarl. Is your sold stock, or have you upgraded the wings? No, I have not built the vehicle fabricator yet because I was greedy. And I also wasted 500 plus tanium for my large spice refinery. The thermoelectrics, that's true, Fiery. The thermoelectrics you need to get in the Abro of the Deep Desert. So my sold is pretty much as they go, just stock. Also, the Mark 6 wings are just 10 speed more. 10. Instead of 153, you go up to 165. Or 163. It's not like, wow. Wow. It's so good. It's more like, yay, I guess. I'm thinking Mark 6 get kind of disappointed with the game. All the PvE left are a couple of fort mode dungeons. Yes, at the current moment, there is not too much to do in the end game. If you get to Mark 6, then you probably have at least 100 plus hours in the game. So you shouldn't be disappointed because you already get 100 plus hours in the game. I know we can't be helped as humans, but that when you reach an end of the game, you're disappointed. But realistically, the game offers you a fantastic journey to the point of Mark 6, and then I'm happy. I mean, I am pretty much like, with the current content, I'm done. The only thing I can still do is effectively get myself every single piece of Mark 6 gear and blueprints, right? But I have achieved, with the large spice refinery and with the large ore refinery, the pinnacle of creation. True, Ross, good to see you there. Yeah, when you get to the end game and boards start over, see, like, if we would not have a new Diablo season releasing, okay? So just so you understand. If I wouldn't have the new Diablo season, what I would do at this point is I would craft a few more Mark 6 gear pieces, but then I would start over just to see if I can reach the same level I have right now, faster and more efficient. Is it worth getting the explosions in Haga Basin? Sure. I mean, if the explosion happens close to you and you're around, why would you not get it? Technically, you can, through the Haga Basin, already farm yourself 68 spice melanges. That's only 6,800 spice. That's only 10 small spice plumes, right? And then when you get a medium spice refinery or small spice refinery, you could already make yourself then a small chemical, medium chemical refinery. Then you can work on plastanium, and then you can make yourself the medium spice refinery really quick. Right now, the best way to get spices, depending on how aggressive your server is, you have to know where the big spice mounts are for the week. So, for example, this week, the spice mounts, the big ones, are in I2, they're in F5, and they're also in I9. So those are the 3 big spice mounts. These 3 big spice mounts, they every now and then Shire Loot comes and eats everything up, but that's where the most spice is. So just fly to all 3, see if one of them popped and has spice, and then gather as much as possible. Oh, Justin, all good. No worries. Oh, what's the best Ornithopter? You should start with those Scout. The Assault is for when you get to deep desert farming. The Assault helps depending on your server. I say depending on your server because it really is like that. If you have a rather chill server like mine, the Assault is a no-brainer to make. Because right now it can carry more and you can just get more yield out of everything. Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the spies in. So, oh no, I'm missing 2,500 spice sand for 200 more. Well, I need to go for another time. I wasn't planning to go for another time, but I need more. Wait, I need how much more? me double check. 2.5 for flying scout. Scout here! Let's go! It's a bit quicker, and I'm not planning to... get like 4,000, just do 2.5. Right? Rockstar, good to see you there. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. Hope you're doing well. So right now, this is Scout. Okay, I'm flying up to 750. 750, we're going up. We're yelling timber. Then, go down. Get the 170. Place your mouse on top there. And now I'm gaining altitude back while I lose tempo. Then I press W twice. Get tempo back, lose altitude. But then I get altitude back, and then I lose tempo, but I get altitude back. So, right, we're 666 again, 667. Get tempo back, 665, 666, 667, 668. And we're at tempo back, 666. Like, you notice how that is. Like, you're ending up, like, in the long run with more altitude than you had before. Like, I can climb from this back up to 750 pretty much, just with gliding like this. Problem is that, like, with the Assault Ornithopter on long flights, you at least have something to do, right? You boost in between and stuff like that. So, you feel like you're doing something meaningful during the flight. When I fly the Scout, I'm actually bored. See, we're now at 670. So we left the 660s, we're at 670 now. Because you can fly so efficient that it's just effortless, right? When you swap out the advanced to crafts, how much of the 100%. Buildings always refund 100% of the resources. So, for example, when I have one advanced weapon fabricator to make myself a weapon, I would refund that to build myself an advanced survival fabricator. It's always 100% refund. Which armor are you wearing? Mark 5.5 armor from the Haga Basin. Sentinel Syndicate mix together with the station gauntlets. It's too heavy, too light pieces. I'm trying to put together the resources for the deep desert base. I now only need the plastinium ingots and spice melange. What's the best way to go about it? What to prioritize in which order? Like you need to get both. There's no real way around it, my friend. So you need to get the spice melanges to make yourself a medium chemical refinery. And with the medium chemical refinery, you can make stravidium fibers to then be able to make plastanium. I get 100% refund for my Haga base too. Is that a bug? No, that's intended. It's always 100% refund on machines. If I dismantle my large refinery, it takes 1 Dura aluminium and 1 silicone block. What do you mean? It takes. I mean, your large refinery does not... Your spice refinery does not need Dura aluminium and plastanium, probably. Philly, good to see you there. Welcome back from the PUBG days. It's been a while. I'm 20 minutes on the stream. I've learned so much. Well, yesterday someone told me that I only have 100 hours in the game, so I'm not allowed to make videos because he has 200 hours in the game. And I didn't know what to tell him. Like, my bad that I know more about the game in 100 hours than you do in 200 hours. I'm sorry. What are you supposed to say? I'm sorry you suck, right? Like that in your 200 hours you couldn't comprehend basic game facts. My condolences. I mean, it was really interesting because he was like, do you have Dunning-Kruger? Do you feel the need to seek approval? No, sir. I just like to share cool things I learned from computer games. Well, you took 200 hours to still not comprehend the game, I guess. It was an interesting comment. Kato, it's the thing when people do, like, you know, when you need a pro player to coach pro players. No, you can't just have, like, good understanding of a game, right? You can't just understand games better than you personally play them at times. You got invaded by a PvP during a PvP testing station. You won. Yes, Joker. We had someone. Okay, so in case you don't know this, the Mark 6 testing stations, they are horde rooms. You enter the room and then you have to fight off waves, okay? And the fun part is, once you enter, you can't leave unless you die. And we had someone who tried to gank us. Like, he snuck in, pulled out his sniper rifle, and he wanted to shoot us in the back of our heads. Now, we noticed and we turned around. And what did the person do? He also turned around and tried to run out again. And he was like, no, I'm stuck. Save me, Jesus. It was kind of funny. Like, you notice is, like, he tried to turn around and just like, this was a bad idea. And then he noticed, like, how bad the idea actually was. Bendatko, I know why some people harass content creators like that. I genuinely don't understand people who, like, I mean, if you don't like someone, a content creator who like objectively says wrong things, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes content creators make videos with a shallow understanding of the game and make wrong videos. That's true. But if you go on a video that is full of correct information and just be like, this is all wrong, then I just don't know in what reality you're living. Like, I don't know how to help you anymore, right? There are definitely creators that spew out shit, and like we call it slop content, okay? Because new games are releasing. Let's say there's a new World of Warcraft coming out, right? There's a new Assassin's Creed coming out. And then there are these creators that jump on every new release just to make videos like, oh, the things you need to do at the start. These 5 things, like, mistakes to avoid. And then you actually watch the video where it says 10 mistakes to avoid. And you're like, the person just said I should go in settings and don't forget to activate upscaling FSR. And you're like, okay, I hate you. You know, you just wasted lifetime. So these creators like that literally create slop that it could have also been made by AI. So I can understand where some people are not liking that kind of content, right? But yeah, weird people in the internet. Weird people in the comments, weird content creators, both. I mean, just in the latest news, I had a content creator attack other content creators for making builds for Dune Awakening. Because obviously builds are highly personal, but I always feel like what people forget is that some people just suck at video games and they need any kind of help. You know what I mean? So you don't need a build for Dune. Okay, this is very important. You do not need a build for Dune. You could do whatever you want and still get along nicely. That being said, some people just really suck at video games and they still play them. And that's okay. You're allowed to suck at video games. But they really need any help they can get. And if you have to tell them that these 3 are the best abilities that you can pretty much take as a melee player, that's fine. That's not like, you know, farming content. That's not, I don't know. That's just really like helping these people that need any help they can get. Any help. I've seen many Spanish creators steal content. I don't want to call out Spanish creators like that, but they're actually known for it. Sorry, no hate towards, there are obviously many legit Spanish creators, but the thing is, because like it also happens in the French creator scene actually, because Spanish creators that make content in Spanish, right? And French creators that make content in French, they feel like they get away with it because who watches a French video if you're not French, right? So they just one-to-one like really join thumbnails and join content, like scripts, whole scripts. Like it's like ask AI to wrap together this video, right? And then they just make their own ones because they obviously just pander to their own language audience, and the own language audience also doesn't care that much. So if I, for example, as an English creator, if I would take a video and one-to-one copy a video from another English creator and their thumbnail, people would know. right? Because they would be like, wow, I've seen that video. Like this looks eerily similar. Because obviously, if you're Googling for Dune Awakening in English, you'll find also the other creators. That worm is scary, dude. That worm has like no business being this aggressive. I don't know if one of these guys is running around with shield out or something. Like he's dragging his dig over the ground. I don't know. It's getting worm bait going on there. Also, by the way, as a German, it also happens for German creators. So German creators who pretty much take your English content and then just make it in German. Which I'm actually not even mad about because that's just smart business. but yeah, it happens French, German, and a French. They like to do that. Because they just get away with it, right? I mean, also people that watch German content, they watch German content creators. So they're not looking for Ponyhoff who does English videos, right? You're not looking for whoever, like the known English guide guys, right? There's some that make guides for games. You just then watch your German guys. The aggro is nuts. I hope that guy is actually deactivating his shield because I really, I don't know. Maybe he's using an MK2 compactor. Is there even like it feels like he has a compactor that has like ultra worm intensity. I mean, mine has medium. Can a worm eat you if you're not high enough? Actually, it can. Some worms also, I don't know if this is a bug, but some worms hover higher than they should. Some worms jump out of the ground. I don't know. Have you ever seen a worm jump? I think it's down to how the territory is and the territory below the territory, but they come like this, right? And then they half like come out of the ground. Like I've seen a worm fly like from one dune to the other, fully exposed from head to tail. And I was like, no, no, I don't want a worm to fly around the territory, please. Wipe is Tuesday. No. So the Coriolis storm starts in 6 hours from now, roughly. I think in 6 hours from now. That's when the Coriolis storm actually starts. And then it goes on for like 12 to 14 hours. And at its apex, it's just wiping off the deep desert. And I don't know actually how long it takes to reload the deep desert. AI will translate streams in every language. It's really funny. YouTube offers AI translations for free. Oh, wow. That was unlucky. Well, we finally found him, Chan. Oh, I can't spawn another 4 seconds. Well, funnily, I can actually respawn here in the deep desert sector F6. Let's see. We're gonna wait. Oh no, you know what? We're not actually gonna wait. I'm gonna go back to... Wait, I can't go back to F6. That wouldn't work. I actually have to go back to Haga Basin probably to get back. That's the first time it happened, Chad. The first time I actually found people. It wasn't a worm? Yeah, well, we're gonna just remake. You will lose all items on your character when respawning a different world. Oh, then I'm just respawning in A3. That's good to know. I mean, we could also just wait for I9, but I don't want to wait in I9, so we're going to go for A3 quickly. Yeah, you go. Well, wipe. Now I know. I mean, this is the first time it happens to me. Speaking of stream snipers, there was actually a guy who threatened to hunt me down for days, Elworm. He still hasn't hunted me down. You know, he was like, I'm going to hunt you down for 4 days to come. He hasn't. Maybe it's him. Maybe we found him. Does anyone know where the teleporter is in A3? Where is the plantologist at? Does anyone know where the teleporter is? Oh, it's only in A2. I thought there are in every. Oh. Okay. Does anyone know where it in A3 is? Yeah. We'll just go to travel there quickly. Well, then I'm not going to go for 400 spice melanges today, guys. Then we're only going to go for 200 spice melanges today. You lose your Orny? Yes, that Orny is gone. I can't resummon it. See? No Orny. That Orny is now gone. This can happen. Zoom your map out. You'll see them. No. I'm just gonna make my way around the mountain. Go and get it back. No, I'm not going to get it back. That's fine. I mean, they like, it's probably eaten by a worm already. You didn't lose your gear. No. I get killed by players, my friend. Just south of you. Oh, there's one too. You're right. Ooh, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Taxis A5. Taxi seems to be everywhere. We get attacked. Yes, we got hit by rockets. I was trying to activate my shield, but my shield didn't get activated fast enough, so that's unlucky. Oh, wait, that's a player base. Oh. I thought that should be the taxi service. This attack is a lack of character. Oh, I mean, this is just plain griefing. There's no middle ground. I mean, am I sad that I lost my Orny? No. I'll just build a new one. Am I unhappy? Yes, obviously. It's just costing me game time, right? Pretty much. But yeah, this is, people ask, what does a griefing server look like? This is what a griefing server looks like. So, but it was only 1 or 2 players. I had 2 names there. So a real griefing server would have had 5 players. You know? Would have had 5 players. Not 2. 5. Or 10. Or a whole guild. And what they do is, it's actually... They also try to just land around your Orny and force you to not be able to fly away. So I've seen that too, where they box your Ornithopter in and essentially just don't allow you to leave the ground. The A2 one is on the far north of the tile. Okay. I hope you're not trolling me, man. I'm looking for it. Did I just break my belt? I broke my belt. I should make a new belt. You lose all gear if you get eaten by a worm. Yes, that is correct. That's why you shouldn't get eaten by a worm. What means all the way north? Here? The belts break so fast? Nah, that's not true. I've been having this belt now forever. Like, literally forever. Like, the amount of time is actually ridiculous. I've been having that belt. I just never bothered repairing it. You lose all gear if you respawn in Haga Basin. That's true. Like, if I would now respawn in the basin. I mean, what I should have done is probably put a respawn beacon down in my actual base. So, just in case my Orny gets destroyed, that I can just spawn back on my Assault Orny. Okay, so I wasn't planning to make another Scout Ornithopter today, but we're going to build a brand new Scout Ornithopter. I think I have half the pods already, and I should have... I think I have 400 aluminum flying around, so we should be good. Right? Our server's full of speed hackers. I've heard that they exist. While running, swatch out the Bane Jetherate sprint. Nah, we get time. This is like the experience now. Do I have to go further up? Like further up? You still need Solari for the taxi. I have Solari stored in the bank, so they should be enough to pay for the taxi. They need flares for vehicles as well. I mean, they need to make vehicle combat anyways viable in the deep desert. That would be fun, because vehicle combat is great. Taxi in the deep desert is free. Ha, see? Good to know. But I've never needed the taxi in the deep desert. If I'm still farming aluminum and duraluminum, should I try deep desert or is it not worth it? No, if you're doing duraluminum and aluminum, there you just have no reason to go into the deep desert yet. If you're just about, for example, if you don't have Mark V wings on your Ornithopter, if you don't have a Mark V engine yet, no reason. Like get that first, right? Do you have a tall cut array? Do you have a compact compactor? Do you have a Mark V welding torch? Do you have full Mark V gear? Do you have a Mark V weapon? Do you have a Mark V armor? Do you have a Mark V shield generator? Like all these things. Obviously, the A-row of the deep desert is needed for some of that Mark V gear. So actually, the A-row you can already interact with. Okay, where's that stupid transport guy? The taxi in Haga is sometimes bugged. Sometimes it takes Solari out of your bank. Sometimes it doesn't take Solari out of your banks. You can find tier 5 and tier 6 mats in the deep desert. Yeah, but not in the A-row. If I've no, A2 also has one, sir. A2 also has a taxi service. Displacing chart? No, it doesn't have displacing chart. I knew these map for the fact to be accurate. More west. Okay. I'm going. I mean, if I had my suspensor belt, I could just fly over. What happened to you, Orny? Well, someone shot me while I was gathering spice, or two people shot me while I was gathering spice, and I died. So now we're going back to Haga Basin. We're crafting a new Orny because we should have the resources available. And then we're good to go. We can pick up our Assault Ornithopter, and we should be able to bring our base back to the Haga Basin, because that's what we need to do. Do you play Ark Survival? No, I don't like Ark Survival. Like, I don't like many survival games. So far, the only two survival games that really clicked with me are Once Human and Dune Awakening. The rest have all been okay-ish, but not too exciting. Like, never liked Rust. I tried Rust. Honestly, I was like, you know, Rust is great for content reasons. If I even remotely enjoy it, I should play it. I don't. I don't even remotely enjoy it. Okay, there's no cap service here. Is it further west? Is it further west? You keep a Mark IV just in case you lose a Mark V? Yeah. What map tool do you use? Oh, this is here called the plantologist.app. I feel like I shouldn't fall down here. I feel like this is like not good. Almost in the center of the tile. I'm in the center of the tile. I'm in the center of the tile. It should be here. But it's not here. It's on the A2 line, you mean here? A2 to B2? Huh. Why don't you use a transmog for what? I don't have transmogs. Go towards A1. Wait, I gotta go for further left too? But I want it here. You're saying I need to go border A1 to A2. Your what I wanted to say, your information is inconclusive, Chan. Inconclusive is the word. I'm going to die of thirst. Fast, pony, drink your decaliter, John. Now we should activate our spice. Reduce the cooldowns a bit. So I can travel somewhat faster. Should I get the Bindu Sprint? Probably should get the Bindu Sprint. But we're fine. So if you activate your spice, you just move. You can just use your abilities more often. Helps. Cons. Why don't you suspensor leap? I broke my belt, Chan. Worst timing to break my belt. They should have a respawn point on the taxi service. They could probably put a respawn point on the taxi service. I think they will. So, like, not having a respawn point on the taxi service is probably something that will automatically be changed. I could have put down a respawn beacon at my base, so I just get back to my base. That's definitely lessons learned. Like, that being said, I just simply haven't died in the deep desert yet, so never had the need to utilize something in that direction, right? Why use something that you have absolutely no use for? Oh, okay, I can actually go down. Whee! Is it me or is the deep desert now harder to access for solo players? No. No. Like, if you have a shitty server, then no matter what they do to the deep desert, you will always have a shitty server. Okay, that's very important. Like, it doesn't matter what they do to the deep desert. If there are people that are actively hunting, they will actively hunt and they will find you. The deep desert is not that big to not find you, right? So no matter what change they do, it's going to be always rather aggressive out there. Just remove rockets from scouts. I mean, I'm like, personally, I don't understand why a scout ornithopter can have rockets when the assault ornithopter should be the only one with rockets. I'm totally with you there. It just makes no sense to have a scout and an assault. Obviously, people will use the faster ornithopter with rockets if they can. Surprise. Just counting on your pocket. No, I got killed on a spice field by 2 players that shot rockets at me while I was farming spice and talking to chat and definitely not looking at the sky. So we're now doing the walk of shame to a taxi service that is somewhere around here, supposedly, if we can ever find it. I know they exist. I know they're here somewhere. Just don't know where. I'm gonna find it. Trixon, thank you for your subscription and support, by the way. Bozy Beer, appreciate the sub gift as well. Dankeschön. Oh, yeah, we should be at the corner in a jiffy. I gotta find more shadows. This feels a bit like the start of the game, where you got hit by the, where you land on the world, and you only have your feet to carry you forward. Not looking at the skies, the first death in the DD. Hey, it's my first death in 100 hours, sir. In the deep desert. Okay, people said it's in the connection from A1 to A2. That line is where the taxi service is supposed to be. You know what? Maybe the taxi service symbol should be like a McDonald's sign high in the sky. Right. Any server with how many players? You have one server. The server has, what, 20 sieges, and each siege has 40 players? Roughly, and all of these players go together on a deep desert. Okay, so here's the line. Where's the service? Middle, top, left, right? And last time I saw service, it was like a little camp next to one of these spires. Go south. I'll check. The little tent. Yeah, I know. It's like one of these little tents, and it has an Ornithopter symbol next to it. I like literally stumbled past it, and it was like, oh, surprise. Like, I didn't know this exists. Wait, center in the rock formation, you mean like here? Or here in this center of the circular rock formation? That would actually make sense if it was there. People like to kill people to get their stuff, Juke. The people that kill you are not killing you for your stuff. I mean, like, I got killed and they made the worm probably eat my Ornithopter. They definitely did not kill me to get the spice, you know? That's not what works. That's not why they're doing it. There's nothing here. I've been scammed by Chad. That's not true. There's something here. Okay.
Can I fly
good. You want to fly somewhere. I want to go to Haga Basin. I need to go to...
Could you narrow it down a little?
The Pinnacle Station.
Most folks try to stay...
I'm ready.
Try to avoid me.
I like how it says insufficient funds. In one dialogue option, there was insufficient funds. Okay, now we just need to get from that testing station to my base without dying. Which is easy because I'm really close by. Okay, let's build another Ornithopter. And then we have to fly back, load everything in the assault, destroy our base, and leave the deep desert for this week. Can you use respawn beacons in the deep desert? Yes, sir. You can put your base with respawn beacons. You can also make your base your respawn point. Usually you make your vehicle your respawn point. That's what I usually do. I mean, today I learned that making your vehicle your respawn point might not be the smart choice. Lessons learned. Now just click respawn and click your base. Where? Nah, I don't want item and durability loss. Sir! Just click respawn. Item and durability loss. How dare you to even suggest that? This is the walk of shame, my friend. You gotta now go for the whole shebang. And I definitely gotta make sure to repair my belt though. Definitely. You can take your gear off, it will damage them. So you're hacking now, Charnel. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll keep that in mind. But I'm still walking. You know? My base is only 800 meters away. I built really close to this. I'd like PvP to have more influence in the Landsrat Discordia. They wanted to make the Landsrat an option for everyone and not just for PvP players. Reading chat while playing, it's not easy work. I mean, as long as the deep desert is chill, this is like, I don't have to pay attention to the game, right? I mean, have I ever paid attention to the game while farming spice? No, I certainly have not. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Always have a replacement Orny in the deep desert base. I mean, you have your assault in your deep desert base. By the way, very lucky that we actually lost our scout, Chad, because usually I would have flown with the assault Ornithopter to go for my spice gathering. But this time we flew with the scout Ornithopter because I wanted to just gather a little bit spice, not tons of spice. So we kind of lucked out there, I'd say. We kind of lucked out there big time. Dickaborg, good to see you there, sir. Thank you for your 16 months of support. 22 in total, sorry. 16 months in a row. Did we die? No, we didn't die. We got killed. Tommy. We got shot with rockets while we're farming spice. Like an innocent spice farmer. Just trying to make a decent living. Well, actually, no, not even trying to make a decent living. Just trying to grief it all away. Game's been crashing after the patch. Ooh. I've only had one single game crash. And that cost me one bike. One game crash. My bike seems to have driven into quicksand. And then that's that. Yeah. Ooh. I remember something rather funny, ladies and gentlemen. Something rather funny. I should have. Yeah, the wings of my old Ornithopter. So when I made Mark 5 wings, for some reason I just kept my Mark 4 wings, because why wouldn't I? There's an engine Mark 5, there's a Scout Ornithopter thruster Mark 5. There would be a... This is actually a Assault Ornithopter engine, because why would you not have an Assault Ornithopter engine just flying around? You know, I just kept those wings just for dark days when you might or might not potentially need bonus wings. The Cutter Ray Mark 5. No, we don't need that. I don't think I have anything else Orny-wise. I'm just double checking to not... Oh, God. It's like how shitty Albatross wings are, chat, when you have like 7 blueprints of that already. Okay, yeah, that's about it. See, 443 aluminum. What did I have again? I had a engine. So I need the hull, chassis, cockpit, generator. I currently don't have the duraluminum to make the wings, so that's that. Just get this done quick. Are the Albatross wings better than the normal one? Those are Mark 6 wings, sir. And no, the Albatross wings are not. Well, so they're technically better. The problem with the Albatross wings is they're saying something like they make no sense. Because the Albatross wings, they say they're 180 as the normal Mark 6 wings, okay? But they say they're type speed. So assumingly, you should get your max glide speed faster. Maybe. Who knows? I find rocket spam cheesy. I mean, the whole PvP in this game is cheesy, but if people want to do it, it's in the game. You know? We can only wait for our friends over at Funcom to give us more instance PvP. So we can engage with that at some point. But I'm personally looking forward to duels. That's the thing I'm interested in the most. Like 2v2, 3v3, something like that. I really like that. I think 2v2 would be amazing. I don't need 1v1s. 2v2s would be kind of cool. What am I missing? Ah, the generator. Okay, we're back. We're back online, chat. We could build another one if we need to. One's enough today. Okay, that one is up to date. Where are my fuel cells? I mean, one day I need to make like a fuel cell. I do have fuel cells, do I? Maybe I don't? Maybe I don't have fuel cells? The Albatross wings get roughly 10% more speed while flying upwards using engine, which can be pretty good trying to get away fast. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, like in the edge case scenario that you're actually PvPing and that you then have to get actually away fast, then in that case, the Albatross wings would be better. You're not wrong. Right, in the case that then there, that, yeah. Miyamoto, good to see you there, my friend. Okay, let's fly back to our deep desert base after we had the beautiful death experience of getting shot while farming spies. And then we will have to disassemble our deep desert base now. I played with my laptop on a 4070 mobile. It's pretty okay. I played on a 6,700 Radeon laptop with a 6 series Ryzen. I don't actually know what Ryzen is in there, but I could play Dune Awakening perfectly on my laptop. Like actually these videos here, there's like the only thing that was bad was hotel internet, but we have this video. No, there was this video and this video, and I think this video as well. These 3 videos, they were all recorded from a hotel room while playing Dune. It's just sad that NVIDIA GPUs seem to be struggling more and more with new games. Right? Like I'm not saying NVIDIA bad, don't get me wrong, right? But every time a new game releases and I hear someone having problems, it's most of the time NVIDIA. It's not like, oh no, my AMD system is struggling. It's more like, oh, my 3080 is actually not as good as I thought it was. Right? And the people that have AMD, they're like, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I've certainly had less problems with my 6000 series card or my 7000 series card than I've had my friends have with their 40 series and 30 series, right? Now, if games obviously were perfectly optimized, don't get me wrong. If games were greatly optimized like they should be, then obviously like there shouldn't be a problem with your graphic cards. So let's not blame it like directly at NVIDIA's feet, like NVIDIA bad, right? Let's just say it as it is. If the games were better optimized, no. So Simon, can you do a tutorial on the Deep Desert Base? We actually did build it live, Simon. So you can always find the live stream of that where we did build the Deep Desert Base. I can show you the Deep Desert Base in a second as we arrive there. Full AMD by far the best solution right now. Honestly, it just works so well. I am personally the biggest fan of my full AMD solution, laptop wise, PC wise. My next PC, so like I'm actually have a PC coming, Chad, from a promotion. I can say that. And I can show you. Like I'm gonna be able to show you the PC soon. Let me see if I can find the link for it. I'm getting that here, and we're unboxing it on stream, and we're unboxing it for a video as well. Let me see if I can show you what we're packing, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That's the PC. So I am getting myself a. So the website is called Systemtreff. Here, Tom, Systemtreff. And we're getting a Ryzen 7 9700X with 32 gigabytes, and we're getting a 9700 XT on top of that. That's the PC we're gonna be packing. I am very much looking forward to it. It's actually better than my current system. So it's not that my current system needs an update, because my current system is a 32 gigabytes 7900 XT with a 7800 X3D. Yet though, yeah. Not a 9800 X3D. I have to say they're not needed. Bacanor. The X3D GPUs are great. And I don't know, maybe if you want to play 4K, but for my 2K resolution gameplay that I do on every game, so I have a 4K monitor, but I play 2K every game, right? It just works. Right? So we get our 200 melanges made. Big number good, big number good. What's the best way to find crash ships other than soullessly gliding around half an hour? The best way to find crash ships is to not look for crash ships, because there's no algorithm or way that they're actually spawning. So you literally just go farm spice, go farm titanium, go farm stervidium, just exist in the deep desert. And whenever you find a crash ships, you're like, oh, but you're not actively searching them out because you won't. Right? Divinus, in the 50 months of support. Divinus, welcome back, brother. Hope you're doing very well. Did they raise the 7-day limit to 14 for taxes? I don't know. Mako, good to see you there, my friend. Sorry that I missed your membership, because you did do member up. Happy you're enjoying the content. Okay. Let's debuild the base. So this is going to be the most annoying experience. First, a little tour, ladies and gentlemen, for the people that missed it. We built a dome. We had to build. Okay, so we built a dome because we had to build a dome. So let me introduce you to Big Daddy, the large spice refinery. So this dome is 1, 2, 3, 4 walls high, then a half wall, and then a rounded ceiling, so that we could put this one in. Yeah. That's it. But with 10,000 spice, we can now make 200 spice melanges, which is pretty amazing. That's kind of cool. Right? You like handhelds? I just don't have time to ever play around with handhelds. So it's not like that I don't like handhelds. It's just I never get to mess around with that. Yeah, let's extract the water. I mean, like when I'm not gaming, I'm making YouTube videos, and when I'm not YouTube videos, I'm spending time with the family. So I don't have time for handheld gaming ever. So I think handhelds are cool, right? Steam Deck is cool, but I would never have time to play with one. I can make more stervidium fibers before I break this down. Can I make more titanium? No, but I got ingots. So what do we have to do right now, chat? Again, the deep desert will wipe in 18 hours, so I have to break this down. This is, by the way, base part number 1. Then how does this thing get powered? Because it actually needs 380 power. So this needs 350 power. And this needs 350 power. And this needs 40 power. But we actually are able now to build this one. Just a heads up, chat. We're also able to build the large ore refinery. So we get the materials for that too. And everything is being powered here at the bottom by a generator floor. I call this the generator floor because this is the bottom of your base. Yep. And then on top we have 2 wind traps because the wind traps are providing all the water we need for this. This is providing 2-1, yes. 50 spice per melange, but you need 10,000 spice to use it. Okay. What would you say is an optimized deep desert loadout? We just uploaded a video on that, Maestro. That shows the things I would always take with me into the deep desert. Now, one thing I made a mistake, though, is I make my respawn point to be my Ornithopter. So I would change this now. I would make this sub-thief console my respawn location. That when I actually die another time out with my scout or my assault, that I could respawn at my base. So that was a little mistake I made because some players now killed me at I-9. Boo-hoo, so sad. And I had to like respawn at A2 to find the thing to go back to like, so if I could have obviously respawned here right away at my base, that would good. Do you ship water to the deep desert? No, I use my wind traps, fully use my wind traps. That's 20,000 water at 200,000 water per night. And whenever I go back to the Haga Basin, I bring 40,000 water. But that just only makes sense, right? Like, why would I not bring the 40,000 water when I'm already making the trip? Would be stupid to not do that. Would be highly Dumbo McDumbface. Brain? Am I gonna take like the titanium ore with me? It's like 35 titanium ore. Let's make 7 ingots out of it. You know? I'm gonna take titanium ore with me. Nah, I'm gonna make ingots out of it. A little bit strophidium mass, I don't care. The ship manifest I also don't care for. Okay, these are empty. Then we got way more spice. This is a bit annoying because this spice is going to be heavy. So it would be easier if I had another 2,500 spice to just turn this into 200 melanges because melanges weigh nothing. But I guess I'm going to do an extra trip for the spice right now. Or I'm going to break you down and build you into a medium one and just turn that... would be the easiest solution right now. I hate that is the easiest solution. Makes me very unhappy. So the easiest solution would be right now to kill you. You know? To kill you quickly. To then build the medium one. It takes so many materials, by the way, to build this thingy. It's actually ludicrous. Oh, your storage is full. You're right. I'm wondering why are you not outputting things in there? Because your storage is full. Do you know how goddamn heavy cobalt paste is, by the way, Chad? We figured out that cobalt paste is like the biggest bitch in the whole game because just merely for the weight it has, like what the toxic. Okay, now we can like look. By the way, look at the difference, chat. So that was the large refinery, right? That's the medium one. Okay, now I can just make here 10 melanges quickly. It's gonna be an hour, so that's fine. I don't have to carry that back and forth. Yeah, I like the actual cobalt paste is just like it's a joke how much that weighs. Especially so the biggest, like, we figured out yesterday that for some very abstruse reason the goddamn large spice refinery alone, the large spice refinery, so one plastanium ingot is 1 weight, 1 cobalt paste is 1 weight, so the whole large spice refinery is 1,000 weight. Like 1,000 weight, these two. What is that? You know? What's that supposed to mean? That shit just fills up your Ornithopter like there's no tomorrow. Okay, I could take 130. No, I'm gonna take the little bit of spice sand with me. little sacrifice to the spice gods. What else did I wanted to fill my inventory up with? Decaliter Johns, I could take them. I'll leave that Stravidium mass behind, but I'll take this 45 Stravidium mass with me. Or take these ingots with me. Yeah, 1,204 is the large spice refinery. There's a storm happening in 20 hours. Wojtek, when did they get you? So, like, roughly 20 minutes ago, I just get shot by rockets. My shield didn't want to activate. We pressed the H button, so we died. Unlucky. They got me, chat. They got me. And now we gotta raise our deep desert base. Because we're obviously scared, and it has nothing to do with the Coriolis storm. It's like, we're leaving the deep desert to never return. That's it. I have enough. Content creator quits Dune because he got killed in a spice field. Got any tips on finding spice fields in deep desert? Is there a timer or do you just have to wait? So you open up the Plantologist app. This one. And it does show you where the big spice fields are. Currently I9, I2, and F5 have the big spice fields. And then you pretty much tingle-tangle between these big spice fields, or you just wait for spice explosions. If you have your base around E5, from E5 you can pretty much see the whole F, G, H, I row if there's a spice boom. And as soon as the spice boom comes, you go there and farm spice. Now that depends on your server, right? Again, like the big spice, like I've been to I5 and I2, F5 and I2 most of the time. And I have farmed like 20,000 spice per F5 and I2. Now I went to I9 one single time and I've met like aggressive people, it seems. So never go to I9, I guess. The exchange trading thingy is server-wide. So it's your server, your sieges, but it's not all servers together in the exchange. Yeah, your exchange is dead. If you obviously don't have players on your server, then your exchange is dead. How to fly Assault Ornithopter efficiently? Well, you can't really go infinity gliding with the Assault Ornithopter as you go with your Scout Ornithopter. So for the Assault Ornithopter, you're a bit doomed when it comes down to flying efficient. I mean, you use your booster to climb up, and then as you climb, or after you climbed up for maximum height, you're gonna keep gliding down to 152. And then put your mouse somewhere inside the triangle, not above the triangle. And you'll lose height and speed at the same time. There's sadly no other way. You just have to spam W to attain your speed. But yeah, you lose altitude and then you have to boost again and lose altitude. It's sadly not that efficient to fly the thing. But it has 1,000 storage and is only 20 slower than the Scout. You know, for 1,000 storage being 20 slower, like I can pretty much bring my whole deep desert base in 2 trips, maximum 3 trips, instead of taking like what? 4 to 5 to 8 trips in the long run. The Assault Orny is fine. I mean, it does feel like you're flying a ginormous bathtub. Right? I mean, like, you feel like you're flying a ginormous bathtub. That's how ergonomic it feels. That's how, like maneuverable it feels. But, hey, apart from that, it's good. I mean, it's meant, like, they should definitely rename the Assault Ornithopter. And now don't ask me why the Assault Ornithopter, the Fighting Ornithopter, has more storage than the Scout Ornithopter. Why there's not a third class of Ornithopter, which is merely a transport Ornithopter. I know there's the carrier. Okay, shut your face. I know there's a carrier Ornithopter, but that one is also meant to carry vehicles around. But where's my storage Ornithopter, right? Where's that? Obviously it's larger, right? But where's the cargo thopter that has like a ginormous cargo box, just like big balls of cargo, right? That's just made for transporting cargo. Where's that? I might add that in the future. Maybe they should have added that already. I mean, then you had a scout for scouting. You would have an assault for carrying rockets. And you would have a cargo thopter for carrying cargo. And then the scout should definitely not have rockets. The assault is the only one that has rockets. And then the cargo is the one that has cargo. You can't outrun anyone with the assault. Well, the plan with the assault is that you just have to make it back to the Eero. Or as someone said, your assault Ornithopter survives flying into a sandstorm. So worst case scenario, you just fly into a sandstorm with it. Use your buggy to pick up with the carrier. Yeah, but the problem is with that strategy, the amount of time it takes you to make a carrier Ornithopter, you already don't need that anymore. Is there a respawn time for spice field in the deep desert? Yeah, the big spice thingies, they pop every X hours. Is the big ringmouth are consistent for the week? Yes. If you found the big ringmouths, they're there for the whole week. I don't know how long they take to respawn, if I'm honest with you. I have absolutely no clue for that. Okay, this is my thingy. We need complex machinery, advanced machinery. We put the plastanium ingots in there. We put the 500 spice melange that we need. We put more spice melange in there. We put more plastanium ingots in. We do the silicone blocks. Then we're actually going to take this one, and that thingy is going to eat all my cobalt paste. Because cobalt paste is so heavy. And then we're going to deposit some of the spice dust, because we can take that back and forth. The spice infused thingy, it doesn't have to be. So that can go back into my shit. The stravidium. Oh, no. I deposited the stravidium somewhere. That spice melange comes out. Actually, that spice melange can stay here. Where is my stravidium fibers? Because they need to go back in that box. Because we're going to take that stravidium fibers, thank you, 71, back with us. Fiber, you. I mean, the blueprints I can actually learn here. Bashal's command, Shadow's drinker, impure extractor, and the Stormrider booster. Someone's going around with your server with a carrier stealing Ornies. While others are getting spice and glitching through pentashields. Oh, you sound like you have one of these fantastic servers full of fun and even more fun, sir. Gotta love it when you have all these fun servers full of fun with a little bit more fun. Change circuits on those strong boxes. You are actually correct that we should definitely change the circuit here to circuit 8 so they don't randomly get things in there. Salt Orny is empty now. Good. Okay, that was trip number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how many more trips we actually need. Let's go for trip number 2. I know this is not the exciting gameplay, but this is the reality. This is how it looks when you're debuilding your base, right? As a solo player. It is still worth it because next storm, so after the Coriolis storm is over, I can rebuild the base, but instead of just building a medium ore refinery. I can build a large ore refinery on top. That's pretty fucking cool. Things are looking good. Do you remake the base or do you use a print of a copy? Nazul, I technically use the print of a copy, but since I want to restructure the base, I will probably just remake it. That being said, you definitely want to have a couple of Solido replicators to just not have to redo this design once you have settled on a design. I just have not settled on a design yet, right? So my problem is that I just had to restructure the whole thing. We might rebuild it in the Haga Basin just for testing purposes. So I need to rethink my design. I mean, I like the generator floor, but I need to see how can I fit the large spice refinery and the large ore refinery together in the base, because that's obviously like, that's huge. I changed servers a few days ago and started over, Trithius. The fun part about Dune Awakening is, and now don't get me wrong, right? But I think starting over doesn't feel bad. The early times in Dune are magical. Maybe we just romanticize them, but the time where you only have your sand bike and where you're working towards your buggy and you're still having like that struggle of traversing over things and the excitement of like driving with your sand bike, and then the worm pops up and you're like, maybe I'm not gonna make this ride. That's a magical time. Yeah, it's just you, the bike, and the freaking worm, exactly. Every crossing is like, I gotta bring those resources home. Right? It goes from this, you have 175 storage on you, you have 175 storage on your bike, you gotta kind of min-max the thing, you're still sucking blood out of people, right? Damn. I think I would enjoy starting over more than playing the endgame. Like, that's what I said, right? So the endgame is fun, but like, this is one of the endgame activities, rebuilding a deep desert base. Which obviously is the most efficient thing to do. But at the same time, it's also not the most fun thing to do. Right? Flying back and forth is not the most exciting thing to do. Surprise, who would have guessed? I restarted as well, join your server. I mean, Lampadas is the vibe. But now you saw like there are griefers on the server too. I get killed by 2 guys. Maybe there were stream snipers, who knows? Maybe they're jerking off right now. I was over 100 hours before I get my Ornithopter. Yeah, I mean, like, the longer you take to get your Ornithopter, the more magical the game stays, which is actually fun. I'm not saying the Ornithopter kind of ruins the vibe of the game, but it takes a lot away from it, right? We are all happy for the convenience the Ornithopter provides, but there was something magical about riding around, walking around, zipping around, you know, belting, getting your buggy the first time, trying with your buggy to get into the Haga Rift, as annoying as it is to get with your buggy into the Haga Rift. It was still like actually making it down there and then being able to farm those erythrite crystals. There is just something about it, you know? I'm debating starting over, but I spend so much time on my base. Plus, how do you know if you just end up on another server with turd guilds? Well, Charnel, the turd guilds could also just start over on your server, so it can always happen. You can join a private server. Well, private servers also meet up with a private deep desert, right? So you're not safe. This game will die in a month, Bartle. That's wrong. Or that's just really not looking at the big picture. I mean, assuming even if 50% of the player base would stop playing in the next month, there's still 1 million copies plus sold for the game. Dune Awakening is like Pal World, I think, in this regard. We don't need a consistent big player base to have this game be fun. What time is it for you, chicken? We have it 11 a.m. in the morning. Well, I guess a.m. kind of said in the morning. Yeah, even if the game would die after months. See, like, it comes to this obsession again of people talking about games dying. Like, the game is brilliant. I've had all my fun already. And I'm already in DLC waiting mode. I'm already in big update waiting mode, right? I mean, for me, as someone who has done everything he can, more or less do, I'm in the waiting mode for the next cool things to come. Already. Do you have... No, you don't have more sturidium? Your aluminum ingots? That's why I'm personally sitting. Do I need to extract the water out of this? No, but... water is life, so we don't waste it. How long does this still take? We're sitting for another 50 minutes. Okay, I need to demolish you. Why? Because I'm taking this on top with me to rebuild the storage. Because now I can yoink the filter out. Put the filter in. Destroy the whole thing. To put this all in the box. Put it all over to the assault. And we're going to take the box with us. This is how you break down bases, by the way, in case you didn't know. Like, you're gonna always have a box attached to your hip, because these boxes allow you to do things a little bit easier. Right? So put this in the box. Pick this back up. This in the box. Put this in the assault. And then put the box back in the box. Hee 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 hee. Okay, now we demolish the water storage. Put things in the box to put things in the assault. I think I might actually be able to take the whole base apart from the plastone. I'm probably just gonna leave the plastone here and recraft the plastone. Would you take the plastone, chat? Would you not take the plastone? I'm probably also not gonna take the salvage metal, because salvage metal is like, it's whatever. Don't take me wrong, right? But what should I do with salvage metal? Like, do I really need the salvage metal from these things? No, I don't. I want to take I'm going to take as much plastone as fits in this Ornithopter, but I'm not going to stress myself. What is plastone for? To craft with the next, to craft the next level of higher tier building stuff. Okay, now the only thing I need to break is this one. The tiny container has nothing, so that one I can break down too. Demolish. Wherever I had, like, salvage metal with me. Okay. Now the last thing that's missing is this. How much weight was the medium refinery? The medium refinery is, oh wow, that's super light. I mean, it's 200 weight, 300 weight probably. Yeah, 300 weight. That's okay. Yeah, we need a wait here. Like this is 50 minutes to get done. So I gotta wait. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the plasma and the genius. You know what we can do while we're waiting? We can do the research station. Okay, let's see if Karyasha, do you want to do the research station? Let me see, guild. Oh. Karyasha's not like here. Wait. D-row research. D-row research. Oh god, I spammed him. Okay, let's go for the D-row research station. Yeah, put your soul in the safe space. Thank you, I completely forgot. I forgot the maliciously evil people that would push your assault ornithopter over. Collect it tomorrow? No. Tomorrow this thing will be broken. Okay, can I not get in my can I not get in my vehicle? What? Don't you have a Pender shield? Because you don't need a Pender shield. I mean, if a hacker's gonna steal your stuff, he's gonna steal your stuff, and other people can't steal your stuff in the PvE area. How long do you make the garage? I think it's 6 tiles deep. So it actually fits. You found 100% durability bug, Strider. I won't read out what you just wrote, but like don't abuse bugs too much. I cannot right now. I'm building whiting. Okay, Karyasha. Let's see. Desert. Anyone want to do D3 research station? I'm already hitting inside. Same. Oh, there's 2 people inside already. Perfection. This is great. They might have just cleared the whole thing, so I'm potentially able to just run through. What's up, brother? Not having a penta, sandstorms are a thing. No, hey, sandstorms are not a thing in the PvE row. You don't need a penta shield. There's absolutely no reason for a penta shield. Please inform yourself before saying something like that. You don't need a penta shield in the PvE row. Your base doesn't take damage. Your Ornithopter doesn't take damage. My base has been sandstormed multiple times. I haven't gotten raided. Everything is fine. Please don't just say things. Thanks, lads. Because if someone just did this, I can actually just waltz through. Like they did this, so I can go in and go out. Oh goodness, where, how do, why can I not type where's fields? Oh, sure. We can do some, yes. A good time for 2, maybe 3. Okay, now see, this is more of that, more of this. The rest I don't need. Don't forget to take the money. Money is always good. Oh, what is this? Is this sold Ornithopter? Yeah. So every Mark 5 Ornithopter gear you take, right? My server somehow got conquered by Spanish cartel, which doesn't allow to farm any large spice fields. All chat is Spanish only. How is that possible to actually farm spice in my case? Well, you can take the small spice fields if you feel like it. Or you just leave the server. You could also wait for them to get bored playing. So, yeah. I mean, your options are limited. Definitely. G3 first. Close to it. So yeah, if you have a big guild that does that, then you might as well just stop playing on that server. I know this is not what you would like to hear, right? But no one wants to hear that. But yeah, I mean that's how open world PvP games kind of work. You could also just give a flying fart about the deep desert. But yeah. You can farm small spice plumes, but that's really no fun to farm small spice plumes, right? Learn Spanish and join their guild. Yeah, you can use an AI translator to join their guild. Right? Did I enjoy fields? I also made a little arena. I invited him to party. Accepted invite yet. Can you have large wind traps inside your base? I feel like some of mine aren't working inside. No, you have to build them outside. They don't work inside. Mr. Nachtil, thank you a lot for your YouTube content. As a solo player addicted, very helpful, deeply appreciated. You're playing on official servers. Yes, this is the Lampadas server. Lampadas server. Nachtil, thank you for the $25 donation. That's a lot of money. We're making sure to buy candy and toilet paper for that. Toilet paper expensive. Any tips for Landsrad? The problem with Landsrad is that I haven't absolutely cared for it. So I have zero, like I have no in anyhow tip for you how to do Landsrad. My number one tip though is leave your faction. Okay, right now I am in Harkonnen. This server is dominated by Atreides. I think House Anvil and the House of Divinity, they're crazy. Our guilds suck. No offense. So what I would do is I would betray my faction now and I would join over to Atreides. Now is that the fine thing to do? No, but if one side is winning, why would I try to make the other side win? I mean, if one side is landslide winning, right? I would just leave. Why even try? I mean, as a solo player especially, right? If you're a solo player. Just leave. We're on Lampadas. That's a normal EU server, so we're actually not on any kind of friend invite. Team invite. So normal EU server. Sorry, too many thoughts in my head right now. Nothing special. Want to join your party? Accept. Perfect. Or switch to private servers. Well, private servers end up in the private server deep desert. I'm not sure if that one is better. Now, the advantage of the private server deep desert is you will probably not have a ginormous guild winning, right? Because like, so private servers, like, I don't think anyone actually built a 32 player, like rents a 32 player server to dominate, right? Take your time. Do you still connect to the deep desert if your server has a password? Yes, the deep desert is just public, right? So there's no private deep desert. The decision was that all the deep deserts, all the private sieges, they will end up together in a deep desert to give them still the opportunity to experience that. How do you have a private server? You rent it. Right now, the lowest cost is $8.99 per month for a 6-slot server, I think. Right? Yeah. Is there a big jump from MK5 to MK5 items, gear, vehicles for a PvE player? Or MK5 to MK6? Damage-wise, yes. I mean, my highest damaging sword in Mark 5 was 100 damage, 110 damage. And my Mark 6 sword is 152 damage. So, yep, damage-wise, you can definitely upgrade. Certainly. I'm at G3 already. What sword is that? This is the unique sword blueprint for the replica pulled sword, which has 152 damage. It's one of the most damaging weapons in the game. I was lucky to pull this out of a shipwreck, I think. Should have been a shipwreck. So big GG for me. What do wind traps do? They trap wind and create water out of it. Without a compact compactor MK4 only, MK5 only MK4, can I still try? You can absolutely go to the deep desert with a Mark IV. Just that the Mark V is so much more convenient. So the compact compactor is just so much better because it has gather rate high. Okay. Whereas the other compactors, so let's say you get the static compactor has gather rate low. The industrial static compactor has gather rate medium and worm attraction intensity high, right? And then the omni static compactor has very high gather rate. This one has high and medium worm attraction intensity. It just works perfect. What armor do you use for PvP? I have two pieces Sentinel for the armor value, because if my shield is not there, 70% armor damage mitigation. And then I have Syndicate Helm, Station Gauntlets, and Tall Soft Step Boots. Works kind of nicely together. The Mark V gear and weapon still find Deep Desert Labs hard to solo. You're not supposed to solo them. The Deep Desert Mark VI research stations are group content. I know it sucks, and it shouldn't be. Like, you are able to solo it. It just takes too long, and it's not worth it. With 2 players, with 1 player, I can do one in like 15 to 20 minutes. With 2 players, you take 5 minutes. It just takes so much longer. Where do you check your rep with a house? You press I, and there you see it. Ta-da! Ta-da! Surprise. Can you farm spice in your server? I can barely make it out of the PvE zone of mine. Yes, we can farm spice. Even though today we got killed by meanie beanie players. Gotta make sure that my water is popping. Is there a way to get another last gun solo? When did you get a last gun? I got iron. Where do you get better soft boots? Every research station can drop better soft boots. That being said, the iron soft step boots are already fantastic. where was the loot chest in this one? Where was the loot chest in this one? The first thing you always should do is you should check if the loot is actually there. It's the whole trick of doing these research station. Where's the big chest? Isn't the big chest? Which one? Is it in that room or is it in the other room? Because right now I don't see it. And I would see her. Currently there. See? The loot is there. This is like mandatory. Like you have to check, is the loot currently available? Because otherwise you might go in. It also helps when these doors are actually there. That often indicates that no one has been here in a while. Right? Because if the door was broken down, yep. Loot is there too. We're gonna find the sword you use from the shipwrecks. So the shipwrecks that fell from the sky dropped, but it was only that week. Okay? It was only during that week. Because right now you are not going to get this sword. It's called the replica pulled sword blueprint. But yeah. Blueprints change weekly in the deep desert. So every week you get different blueprints. That means, like, if I get something last week, you are not going to get it this week. Right? Ashraf, thank you for your 50 membership gifts. 50, ladies and gentlemen, from Mr. Ashraf on YouTube. It's 50 goddamn. Thanks. My server is not very populated. My server is decently populated, sir. Again, though, I mean, it's 11 a.m. in the morning. Wouldn't expect too many people here to be 11 a.m. in the morning. I would like it, though, if there were more people in the research stations, because the actual PvP in the research stations is fun. Right? The actual back and forth, the fighting with melee weapons, trying to dash out of things, trying to deplete the enemy's stamina and then break him. That's fun. I really like it. I got 60 unique Orny boosters this week. Yep. That's the one problem with the loot changing every week and being also limited. That, like, I have, what, 10 albatross wings? Which sector? This is in G3. You got one in G3. You got another one in G4. Then there's one in F6. Is there any good Mark 6 unique armor yet? The pincushion. I have the chest piece. Okay. Here, the pincushion chest piece. That thing is supposedly very good. A lot of stamina. And then you get the pincushion. The pincushion set in general is supposedly the thing you're aiming for. Keep the Holzman shield on all the time. Yeah. I mean, as soon as you're somewhere where PvP could happen, you have your shield on. Otherwise, you might get hit. I sold the albatross wings for 5.5 each on my server. I mean, for 5.5, I'm not even rolling out of bed, Lucy. Well, you can certainly do that. Do you play light armor or heavy for PvP and PvE? I do 50-50. Light and heavy. 2 pieces light, 2 pieces heavy. Isn't that... No, during Spice Farm, you don't have your shield on. I mean, like... Yes, during Spy Storm, you don't have your shield on. That ain't happening. I mean, I guess you could keep all the blueprints that you farm in 1 week, and when the blueprints go out of rotation, then sell them, right? But technically, due to then the scarcity of the blueprints, you always have to sell them bi-weekly. Like, you get them week 1, then you sell them week 2, and in week 2, you farm the next blueprints that you sell week 3, and then week 3, you get the next blueprints that you sell week 4, and so on. Right? Mr. Slagan? Oh, no, wait. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that name makes no sense. Mr. Slagan. Dankeschön. Thank you for the brand new subscription. Oh. 100%. Yesterday we fought an hour in research station and result our foe stole the chest. Yep, Zephyrin, and you still have more fun than with any Ornithopter find, right? When it comes down to ground-based PvP, it stops being about the loot, and it starts being about just the fun. You're good? Sir, you good with that flying? He just crashed down like a wrecking ball. A smooth landing, dude. The smoothest landing I've ever seen. Okay, chest is still there. See, like when I'm alone, I can take these guys out. Just gotta be more careful because obviously, while I take this guy out, this dude here could already shoot me in the backseat daisies. Okay, that's it. There's wave number 1. We're not even wave number 1. That's the preliminary. Oh, no, there's one more. The preliminary wave. Turn around, bright. So I gotta check, like, we have 40 minutes to do all this stuff, right? Oh, it's down here. I forgot. We got 40 minutes to do all this stuff, because after these 40 minutes, we gotta transport our base. Does the amount of enemies scale down if you're less people? Nope. Same amount of enemies. Oh, great. Getting hit by that on the offside. Okay, there's a big spice pop. Oop. And then next wave done. Carry weight to 200. I just don't understand why there's no dur aluminum or plastanium bag. Right? And as you say, maybe bigger bag, more stamina drain. Wouldn't even hesitate for a single second. I think many wouldn't blink twice. Ha 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 ha. You think you can crispy meat me? No, sir. I crispy meat you. Okay, down with the sickness. Good. Now they're gonna appear below now. Drink my water. Because I get a bonus for like the hydration. So the more hydrated I am, the more bonus I get. I'm a hydro homie. You know how it is. Oh, there is too many. I will absolutely just leave this for a jiffy. Good, then. And let the melee guys all come. Like the biggest, like, just let them all push you. Like, why can't all these guys just be melee guys, right? Oh, great. Okay, I can move again. This gets annoying, like when you're solo and you gotta take out like multiple of these LMG guys. That's where solo gets hard, because you gotta like destabilize them, and then you gotta make sure that you don't end up in their field, right? Because if you end up in the field, you're mostly like as a solo, you have like a good chance of meeting your maker. So you gotta like kite them a lot around until you finally meet one alone. Can get rather tedious at times. Just alt. Or crouch. Did I do the artificial bug fixing again? Oh god, again. Oh great, everyone jumped down. Okay, I'm dead. 1, 2. Oh no, finally my shield broke. It doesn't happen often. Ooh. What are you doing alone here, right? All your homies are out there fighting for their life, and you're just back here being an absolute twat face. Almost like a PvPer in the deep desert. Recharge. Oh my lord. When they get you in that like stagger loop, that's always great. Because they can like infinity stagger you faster than you can like stagger them. No. No, walk out. Walk out, pony. How do I get like instant stamina recovery there? It's a swordmaster skill. It's like when you get low health, then he pretty much instant replenishes your health and your stamina. It's like a get out of jail card pretty much. Really efficient. Oh wow, get hit. Oh wow, get hit twice. Oh no, from behind. Oh, I thought I had him. I didn't. Ooh. Good. I don't have that like ever that I wasn't able to use skills. But not being able to use skills is a harsh limitation. Because you're trying to like destabilize the dudes, and if you have to destabilize them with melee hits, that stings big time. Good. Oh wow, you're all three just standing on top of each other. Like, you know how useful actually skills are in this regard. Oh, I'm out of stamina. I'm out of stamina. Ah, thank you for the stamina back. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Got out of it. Oh, goodness. There are more. Let me alone for a second. I didn't play bandage. Oh, Feld's died. No wonder things are feeling so dire right now. I was saying, like, solo possible, yes, but solo advisable, no. Because now in order to properly kill these guys, I need to dash around until I find one alone. Then take care of that guy one alone while I'm not being shot at too much. Then I need to, like, you know, find the next one alone and find the next one alone. And you're pretty much more busy, like, running around in circles around the map than actually finding things. As you're continuously trying to just catch people off guard. So I don't recommend doing this alone. Server's going down in half an hour? Nope, maybe just your server. Servers have, like, different downtimes, sir. Like, EU servers and A servers, and so on. They all act on different time scales. I thought he was, like, one away from death. Okay, so he died. He got his skills back. Perfection. Got you dead. Got him dead too. Nice. See, like with 2 in skills, it goes crazy. So your melee weapon. My melee weapon is the Mark 6 sword. Mark 6 unique sword blueprint. Called the replica pulled sword. It's amazing. Okay, we're not done yet, chat. No, we're done. That's it. Run! We did it! ID band. And which direction do you have to run to now? Was it here? Ah, beautiful. I need the... I don't need anything. Spice infused, plasteel plates, Solari. I don't need any. Yeah, I'm gonna take like whatever. That. They're sad. Like when you do this and you get like none. Okay. How does loot sharing work? I understand it's first come, first serve. Wait, where do you actually get the ID band for that from? Never found the yellow ID band for the other room. Do you have to go all the way to the other side to get it there? I've never bothered like checking for the yellow ID band. There's the purple ID band, yeah. Loot in this case is shared, yes. So you have to communicate with the guy that you play with, and you have to talk to each other, and you could be like, okay, you take this, I take that. We can be friends, right? Ah, there it is. Haha, I knew. I knew, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. So yeah, sadly, loot is not for only one person. Loot is shared, so you have to communicate with the people you go in. The more people you bring with, the more you have to share with. So it's obviously better if you go into the deep desert with less people. Into one of these. If you can do it as a duo, that's the perfect amount. We've done these as trios too. Right? Now we can take this yellow band to enter here. And that gives us another big box. Full of Solaris. And... ooh, I kind of want the Assault Ornithopter storage. Hee. Put that too. Now let's go check back to the base. How much time my spice melanges still take? Need to check base quick. Or you be a loot goblin killer friends. Yeah, I don't know what actually stops you from leaving a party and attacking the person, if that's possible. Or how possible. Like, I mean, not that I'm planning to do this, but I just always ask myself, what if you're a twat and you tell people, hey, like, we're going in as a team, let's fucking go. And then, but the moment, like, you're kind of, you know, and then you just leave and attack. Is that a thing? Because that would be really, really mean. And you totally shouldn't do that because it would be really mean. Right? True. It's totally possible to create a reputation. Yeah, they're going to create someone over reputation, Drakius. I mean, you could do it as an ultimate betrayal, and then to never, like, never play with people again. You just gotta leave the party and kill the guy, and then instantly write in all chat, wow, that guy just left the party and attacked me. I had to defend myself. Right? Right, chat? Correct? Beware of player that's totally not Ponyhoff who totally just left my party and attacked me. Do you prefer a rapier over sword, and why? I have the sword because I have the unique blueprint. If I had the unique blueprint rapier, I would use the unique blueprint rapier. Right? Literally, everyone records their gameplay. Do you, Sonic? Raise your hand, chat, if you're recording your gameplay. I mean, I record it, obviously, because I'm a content creator. But do you record your gameplay? Anyone? I mean, Sonic says literally everyone, so I would assume everyone to tell me now that they're recording their gameplay. So that's already 2 people who are not recording their gameplay. 3 people. 4. I make clips. See, there's... Okay, that's 1. Not on purpose, Mintola. Okay, so I used to, Q-Balls. Well, at least you're honest. In case you're getting cool moments. Well, I guess so. Literally, not everyone records their gameplay. Apart from clips, yeah. Only if a friend is streaming and they could use my clips for their videos later. Well, Kato, that's actually pretty amazing of you. Like, shout out. I mean, that's actually pretty nice. I'm recording you too right now with your eyes. Let's check the state of my melange production. Yeah, we have time. Yeah, good time. Good time for G4. Let's do G4, and then we are going to transport the rest of the base back and forth. Like a G4. That's G4. We did G3. Could you tell us how many machines do you have in the Deep Desert base, Bushido? The minimum. I have like 15 generators, but I have to update the number to 17 or so to have enough energy for the big ore refinery. And then it's just ore refinery, chemical refinery, and large spice refinery. Those are the only 3. And the 2 wind traps, obviously. I mean, my Deep Desert base layout is on the latest YouTube, like, not latest YouTube video, but we have the YouTube video up that explains the Deep Desert base. And like what I do in there. The only difference is now that I have a large spice refinery, I have to build that large spice refinery, right? It's part of being a content creator's friend, helping them out when content to make more engaging stuff if you play with them. Well, Kato, you would say that, but not everyone thinks that way. So I'm like, shout out to you helping your friend. A repair station is good too. I've actually never needed a repair station. I already shifted 1000 volume. Last 1K with the next trip. Put out 1K volume shifted. Spice! Spice chat! Spice! Spice! But honestly, like, I'm not even gonna jump on a small spice field. Small spice field not even gonna make me blink. Is the large wind trap really worth it? If you build 2 large wind traps, and let's say you use up all your water at 4 p.m. in the evening, okay? Then you come back at 4 p.m. again, or you come back at 8 a.m. in the morning, you will have 200,000 water, okay? The large wind trap makes 1.75 water per second. So 1.75 water per second, yeah? That times 60 and times 60. So it's 6,300 water per hour, which makes it every 24 hours, you're getting 151,000 water. Okay, so you can pretty much count with how much water you would be getting while you're AFK. I end my stream around 3 p.m., right? And then I come back 8 a.m. in the morning and my water storage is full. I press the craft button. A few hours later, I have even more water. We're good, right? For Matt, melee damage, go short blade. Now you can go long blade as well. You get the blade damage combo, and you get the long blade damage combo, plus the blade damage combo. I mean, like, with the short blade, you only get this one. With the long blade, you get that one. It's the same with the long blade with the short blade, by the way. So they both have a combo bonus for multiplicative factors. It's amazing how much water one needs for tier 5. Even with 2 advanced ferment distills and an extra running with dew sites with 2 decaliter drones, I find myself running out of water. You're supposed to run out of water. Don't stress yourself. So I like in the Mark 5 tier, I never used more than 3 distills, okay? Like my water production is 3 ferment distills and an industrial dew scythe, and that's it. And you're supposed to run out. I mean, sometimes I craft like 600 aluminum ingots, then I run out, and an hour later, I have the water back again. You're just not meant to craft 24/7 around the clock, unless you would be a guild. How expensive is it with filters? Isn't 2 filters is like 15 hours uptime? So for 1 week in the deep desert, you make a couple of filters. It's fine. I'm running 9 destills and 12 wind traps and out of water 24/7. I mean, you're more busy refilling these things than actually playing the game. That's always the reason, like again, it comes down to your playstyle and how you actually play, right? I have a very minimalist playstyle, which allows me to get away with very not much water productions. Wait. It's up. Up. So the more you play, the more you want to craft. Ah, you can see it from here too. Good point. Yep. The more you play, the more you want to craft, the more you want to do. Obviously, the more water you need. Whoa. This one has so many waves. Knee damage. So the knee charge, by the way, does also do damage, Chan. Don't forget that. Good, first wave done. I like the death stills more. I really do genuinely love the concept of the death stills, of being like this consistent water reproduction shebang bang. But on a timer. Like as I said, my time in the Haga Basin with the death stills was the most fun I've had, because you just put 2 corpses in and then you go for 50 minutes to do stuff in the Haga Basin, right? You do some quests, you go around, you have a good time, and then after an hour you come back to your actual base, and then you use whatever the distills gave you to craft. There's always been such a fun lube. I try to get like the second hit off, but it's always greedy. But does this one like replenish the waves while we're still fighting? Hee. Oh, so many melee guys. This is my favorite wave. 3 more melee guys, come on. Boy, you're getting all of them. Where do you get the compact compactor? The website I looked for has the deep desert map wrong. The compact compactor drops from the A-row deep desert base. Keep in mind though that it has a very big loot pool, so you're better off buying the compact compactor. I know this is not what you would like to hear, but it is literally the best option. You made your first Thopter. The death stilts have been great. The death stilts are literally the way how to make the Thopter, right? So you get your buggy, you get your death stilts, then your buggy does one aluminum run. And after that aluminum run, your death stilts gave you the water to turn the aluminum into the water for the Thopter. That's pretty much how it worked for me. But it's funny because from the get-go, people were like, there were people telling me, you will need more death stilts, right? There's no way that you'll get through the game with the 3 death stilts. Well, and here we are, large spice refinery, 3 death stilts. Short blade versus long blade. I have literally not felt any downside of using the long blade. There has been nothing. I mean, I would use the blade. You get the cool blueprint off, and that's it. So right now I have a. I got the Mark 6 blueprint, right? So obviously I'm using the Mark 6 sword instead of any other Mark 6 blade, because all my other Mark 6s are not are green. So that's how I would determine that. Like, simple by, do I have a good blueprint or do I not have a good blueprint? Because if you have a good one, then it's totally worth it to like abandon everything. Like, I like swords more than daggers, but I would like to have the rapier. The rapier, I don't have the Mark 6 blueprint off. Are there no firearms that are viable damage-wise? There's a guy stuck here. Are there no firearms that are viable damage-wise? Well, the thing is that in the Mark 6 area, almost everyone has a shield. So it's rare that you meet someone without a shield, right? So, are no guns worth it? Well, with guns, you get a, like, first and foremost, you can be shot while you're using a gun, right? Which means, like, whenever you pull out a gun, you gotta anticipate that you're also being shot at the same time. So every shot you make is a retaliatory shot at you as well. So you gotta dip, dodge, dash, and dive anyways. Right? So it has just turned out that melee is just the best thing to do in the end game. What can I say? Drill shot mixed with melee. I literally tried to drill shot mix with melee, and it just turned out to be a hassle more than a gain. It's like, yeah, sure, you can mix drill shot with melee, but honestly, I was more stuck in this reload loop, and I lost more HP than just being chill and using my melee skills. Maybe I'm just bad as a shooter player, you know? But if you're melee, once you get used to the flow, you're just always shielded up. You use your skills to destabilize your opponent. I mean, I literally have 3 skills to stagger, right? So I just stagger, and I stagger a little bit more, and then after staggering them, I stagger them again. Oh, that's going to end bad for me. Haha! Crouch. I made a mistake! I made a mistake! Okay. Knee to the groin. Oh, he's dead. When did you die? Oh, one more. Oh no, I'm done. Woo! I'm getting all the loot! No, obviously not. It's a dig move. Yeah, drill shots are meant to make people move and drain stamina. Is accurate. We are through. See, now I could be this evil guy. Oh, wow. Someone looted it. Someone looted it! We get robbed, chat! It's empty. I wish I was joking. Someone must have logged in. Oh, that's unlucky, but at least there's a bunch of blades that we could turn into shit, but I don't need it. Yeah, that was definitely a lock-in looter. Happens. Ah. Yeah, don't have procs chat. Ah, but he left this behind, so I'll take it. Well, that's unlucky. Happens though. It's an in-game mechanic, chat. No reason to be mad. Definitely a reason to be mad, actually. People can just lock into the room. Yes, so you could just go offline in that room. Like, let's say, for example, I am not planning to play Dune Awakening in the next 2 days because I have to work a lot, okay? Then you would lock out in a room like this, and whenever you have time, you lock in loot. You lock in loot, you lock in loot, and you lock in loot. Is it a dig move? It is a dig move. It's probably the biggest dig move you can do. But can you really blame people? I mean, yes, you can really blame people, but can you? I mean, if I was a student with my laptop in university and playing Dune Awakening, I know what I would be doing. I know what I would be doing. Everyone gets the loot. No, sir. This is the PvP section. Loot is not instanced. Yeah, I'm shifting now. Mest, we checked before if the chest was looted. It wasn't. So the person must have logged in while we were clearing. You're 5 minutes standing still if you lock out in the deep desert. Yeah, but you clearly see if someone is in the testing station or not. Easy solution would be if you lock out in a lab, you get teleported to the entry. Yep, that would be the best thing. Never. I work a corporate job and I don't sink that low. Again, I'm not blaming anyone for doing it. It's allowed in the game mechanics, right? I can't, like, it's not even a hack or something. It's just, yes, bad behavior. Where's my base? Oh, my base is swallowed by the storm. What happens if you lock out and the storm comes in the deep desert? What do you mean? When you lock out and your character's 5 minutes still there and you stand out in the open? Well, yeah, you take storm damage. How many trips does it take to relocate your deep desert base? I did one trip already with... Okay, so my deep desert base has a large spice refinery in it. One trip was so far only for the large spice refinery because the large spice refinery is 1,200 weight in total. Now we're checking if my second trip is enough to bring my base. I will have to leave the plastone behind, probably. As I have to leave the salvaged metal behind. That being said, I don't think I will ever bring salvaged metal again, because if you make your deep desert base next to a salvaged metal reservoir, there's always some, done, right? I think they meant if you locked out in the testing station as the Coriolis hits. Since the Coriolis storm changes the layout of a map. I don't actually know what happens to your locked out character in the deep desert. You probably get teleported into the A row. Because the whole map changes. So the testing station that is currently here, right? Or the cave. If I would lock out in a testing station and the storm hits, and then I lock back in, there is no testing station anymore. So I guess you get teleported to the A row. More people sold tier 6 schematics. I mean, all tier 6 schematics that are common are being sold like crazy. Because no one needs them. You die if you were in the DD last time you locked out with the Coriolis Storm. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's break down the Spice Melange Factory. That's the medium one. We had to build a medium one to make more melange. Literally scam Chan and make a medium one. Okay, now I'm going to break down that building. Move that here. Demolish. Let's hope we got enough space. Let's hope we got enough space. Okay, assault Ornithopter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had enough. Cool. I like that. Okay, that means we're going to demolish this one. We're going to... start demolishing at least parts of the base. The plastone goes there. I mean, I'm going to take as much plastone as I can, but... okay, so 2 trips is enough. That's kind of good. I like that. Okay, that one is full now. So my personal storage is the last one I can fill up.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm.
A Coriolis storm is about to hit in 6er. One 23 and destroy that. Okay, that's it, chat. The rest we're leaving behind. So that is what you can, like, 1,000 storage 2 trips. But I'm not too worried about plastone because I'll just rebuild plastone, so that's kind of fine. Your base in Deep Desert looks fancy. Well, see, the one thing you need to do is you need to build next to salvaged metal and fuel. Servers go offline. No, 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 no. If your server goes offline, it might just be your server, sir. It might just be your server. My server is not going down right now. What region are you playing? EU. I think NA is currently going down. Yeah, the NA server. This is EU server, sir. How much time does the Coriolis storm last? The Coriolis storm starts in 6 hours and it lasts another for another 11 hours. Thong party. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you for sending a thong party over. An intriguing name. I'm not sure if I should be worried or excited or both. Cautiously excited. I'll take it, I guess. I'm all in. Holy, no worries. Thank you, Holy, for trying to warn me. There is daily server resets. The European one is 5 a.m. in the morning. Yours is around my midday, yeah? So, that's that. Thank you, Thong Party. Appreciate it. Is it periodic storm or a perma-storm? I have never been in the deep desert while the Coriolis storm is happening. I think the Coriolis storm is just consistently going on, like obscuring your vision and everything. I don't know if the Coriolis storm is doing damage to stuff already before the Coriolis storm actually hits, okay? Does the EU storm start before NA? I think they're on different timers. Actually, the Plantologist app should have the timers too here. The apex of the Coriolis storm hits in 16 hours. That's Europe. North America is 23 hours. South America is 21 hours. Asia is 10 hours. And Oceania is 8 hours. This is the website, plantologist.app, by the way. Okay. It has like the layout of the week for the deep desert. That's not data mined. That's player reported. Just saying. Okay. It's not perfect, but it does do the job. Like if you just want to roughly know where things are this week. Like kind of nice. Yeah, I was out there close as fuck to the reset. It was 0 visibility and lightning and wasn't taking damage. Okay. I think the Coriolis storm, while it's happening, is just meant to be making you aware of that it's happening. You know? So that's what the Coriolis storm is there for. It's like, there is a storm. You should move your base. It's really not friendly. Wink, wink. I get naked, build a Mark IV Scout and watch the storm destroy everything. I think like it's just like this. So when the storm is over, what's the app called again? I'm gonna post it here. That's the website. I don't have any stake in the game, so sorry. This is not my website. I'm not trying to grief your ad money. I'm trying to grief your ad money on YouTube already. So not trying to double dip there. Okay, we're good. So will there be a time when all base shields are down? I think during the Coriolis storm, aren't the base shields down in the PvP area, Tomka? PvP area. In the PvE area, it's never down. Okay. As long as you build in the E zone and below, your shield will always be up. You'll never in danger of getting raided. As it should be, because I don't want to get raided. Spiderflow, thank you for the $10 donation. Do you have people who attack you in the deep desert? So far, sir, I've gotten attacked 3 times in total. One time a player tried to shoot me down. He failed. I PvP'd him on the ground. I won. Another time someone tried to snipe me. I booped him with my helicopter. He died. That was when you could still do this. And today I was gathering spice, talking to chat, not looking at my surroundings, and 2 people crashed their Ornithopters into me with rockets and killed me. So those have been my 3 encounters right now in 100 hours. Depending on your server, this might be vastly different. Okay. What's the best long blade? The replica pulled sword, unique blueprint, Mark 6. 152.4 damage. Okay. So, yeah, Spider. It really depends on your server. We have had... No, sorry, I'm wrong. We've had PvP encounters also in the research stations, but they have been also far and in between. So sometimes one player fighting, like trying to backstab you. Sometimes they just stand in front and we killed him. I just got attacked 2 times today. I mean, you have to also consider that more people are getting into the end game and more people are getting bored. Okay, so two things. More people are making it to the end game, but more people are in the end game and they're getting bored with the end game because there's not much to do. Maybe they crafted their Mark 6 pieces. They just don't want to gather spice today. So they're obviously looking for something to do. Parzivox, if you want to make a bigger base, you don't need to put 2 subfief consoles next to each other. You need to make a staking unit. What's a staking unit? You go to your survival fabricator all the way on the left side. You can craft them. They extend your base horizontally or vertically. Okay. Staking unit, staking unit, staking unit. There, vertical staking unit and staking unit. This allows you to extend your base. You have to research them first. True. I completely forgot. I like, you have to research staking units first. Whatever tier that was. Actually, I don't even know when you research them. But yeah, I guess you had to research them at some point. I don't even know which research they are. Okay, these 2 boxes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, these 2 boxes are my... boxes for all the materials. Aluminium ingot, the iron ingot as well. No, actually the iron ingot, yeah, we can go there. Sold. So more iron, the Servox, the plastone. Melange, the silicone blocks. So that was everything needed to build my base. These two, 774 and 1,300, but there's too much melange. Actually, there's 800 melange. Jeez, I have a lot. Wow. I could almost build the refinery here. Damn, son. That's nice. Call me surprised. I wasn't aware I could almost build that shit here right now. My 943 melange in total. But that means I can definitely build the large spice refinery for 500 melanges. And I can also build the large ore refinery for 200 melanges. That's 700. And then we get the medium chemical refinery for another 35. But that's actually 18 only. So that's also good. Yeah. I can build the triple now, chat. We can build the triple. It's amazing. I'm very positive about that. Max level is 200. I can almost build it at home as well. The thing is, I would never want to build this at home, right? Like, I think there's an argument to be made to kind of make plastanium at home, right? Because plastanium at home, like, you have the death stilts to actually make you the water for the death stilts. What's your holiday? Pretty relaxing. I absolutely enjoyed being in Greece. What was stressful was upkeeping my base, because I had to make sure that my base was powered at any given time, right? Okay, my taxes are due in 13 days and 41 hours. Let's go pay tax. It seems like they extended this to 14 days, or has it always been 14 days? Someone said this earlier today. I just didn't, like, I didn't have the confirmation. But let's see. If we just make our way to Parker Village. Where were you in Greece? We were on Kos. Kos. It's really beautiful. I have 80 melanges. You'll get more over time. Melanges is kind of like, how do I say this? Compounding interest. The more you have, the more you have, because you're going to have like some melanges in the beginning, then you build the medium refinery, then you get more melanges, then you're going to build the large refinery. Like yesterday, I built a large refinery, okay, guys? And I could suddenly make 200 melanges for 10,000 spice. Instead of making 100 melanges for 10,000 spice, it's now 200. That's a big difference, isn't it? How do you make sure you don't use resources off the box for the next 24 hours? I just don't. Guacanor. So how do I make sure I just don't craft anything with those resources? I mean, like at the point I am in the game right now, I have nothing to craft, right? Like what am I going to craft now? I mean, I could make something out of duraluminum maybe, but I have no plastanium thing I want to craft. In my server I'm in, we have a whole guild that only grieves. Yeah, that kind of stings. That kind of stings. You left all your generators in the DD? Yeah, but those are generators made out of salvaged metal. I don't need those generators. Could not go. Right? I don't use anything but salvaged metal generators. That's why I leave them behind, because they're worth nothing. I'll farm one salvaged metal node with my buggy and I can craft all the generators again. Okay, if I pay now my taxes.
You're back.
Pay my taxes. Pay total. I'm safe for 14 days. Oh, that's nice. So the thing is, I need to now put myself an alarm clock for this, that I don't miss on my taxes. Well, wait, no, that's actually not true, right? I'm safe for 28 days now. Is that correct? Because you have 14 days to pay your tax. But I just paid my tax. So then after these... Yeah, I already say I'm safe for 28 days. Huh? Pretty relaxing. Just 4K tax. Yeah, I have a tiny base with one staking unit. No, my base has no staking unit. I think. That's actually really relaxing. Oh, you have another 3 days before the shield goes down, so you're safe for a whole month. That's nice. Where's the vendor at for the compactor? Where the coin is. At the bank. You can put money into the sub-console and it will auto-pay. Huh. You'd think as an advanced civilization, they would make you have to pay direct debit as tax. No, in this advanced civilization, they want to see you in person to make sure you still who you are and you didn't get impersonated or shot down by rockets or something. You know? I want to see you in person and see you say, praise the Emperor. Or you're going to get mauled for heresy. Just saying. The station between G2 and G3 have waves. Yes, the deep desert bases are all wave-based bases. Apart from Aero. How much base can a player have in the game as possible? You can put down 3 advanced sub-fief consoles, and then you can put down how many normal sub-fief consoles? But yeah, you can have multiple bases. In the Dune universe, they don't trust machines or AI at all. Yes, because they just had a robot uprising that almost enslaved all humanity. So that's kind of like why there's no trust in machines or AI. Oh, I'm mounting the other Ornithopter. Oh, yes, Ornithopter and Ornithopter action. Sorry, chat. I know 18 plus content. It was not intended to go this way. Do you think they could bring solar panels in for different power supply? I do believe we don't have solar panels because they would melt. That's the idea behind it. There's a reason why you have wind generators but no solar panels. I'm pretty sure there's a lore reason, and the lore reason is they would melt, I guess. But I'm not entirely sure why it is this way. But I think the heat was just too extreme, or that the sand on Arrakis would clog the panels at any given time. Something like that. Right? But there is an actual reason. Yeah, sand scratches glass. It's something. If you read the books, you'll figure it out. Mordau, thank you for the subscription and support. This is where little ornies come from. This is where little ornies come from, chat. That's how it works. So that was now me farming some spice, guys, and bringing my deep desert base. I think we've just shown that with a large spice refinery and the medium chemical refinery plus the medium ore refinery, you take 2 trips. The spice residue has obviously nothing to use here, so I need to get the spice residue out. There's also too many silicone blocks in here, and there is more plastanium than we actually need to make those things also in here, which is actually interesting if you think about it. So we get more than everything. The stravidium fibers are also technically not needed for this trip, right? I can bring the stravidium fiber whenever, and the plastone is also as much plastone as you need or not. Nice. Chat. I was hoping that I could actually make it in 2 trips. So what are my next now stops in general? So next stop in general is obviously making yourself the large ore refinery that you could now make ore cheaper. The thing is, I don't actually believe that this building is useful. Because if I make this as a solo player, I don't have the water to use this. Right? If I farm a lot of titanium, I don't have the water to use this anyways. I barely have enough water to make the ones I have. If I was a guild, I'd probably use this one, but as a solo player, I have more of, like, this is gonna make my water issue worse, not better. Right? It's not going to help me in any way. This thing is so big. Like, seriously. It has cost reduction on the other materials, yes, but so let's say if I can, like, right now the current one, the medium ore refinery. In the medium ore refinery, it's 6. So with 600 titanium, I can make 100 titanium bars, which is 125,000 water. With the large one, you can make with 4 titanium 1 bar. So it's only 400. So with 800, I could make already 200 bars, ingots. But that would then be 250,000 water. I don't have 250,000 water anyways. Right? The aluminum cost being reduced by 50% is nice, but how much, like, do you need that, Pavel? I mean, unless they make the aluminum craft time bigger, yeah. But if I go out with my buggy, I can craft 400 aluminum afterwards. Right? Doesn't the water cost reduce? I don't know. Does the water cost reduce? Does anyone know if the water cost reduces? There'd be the, like, if the water cost reduces on top, I'd say yes. But otherwise, no. Otherwise, no. Definitely no. Ping Pong. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Ping Pong appreciation. Very good to have you there. Our base is currently holding 1.25 million water. But I don't have a use for it. I mean, like, at that point where you have that much water, I understand. Bigger meant more efficient. Well, bigger is always more efficient, but water will be the limiting factor you have at any given time, right? Which is fine, like, that water is your limiting factor, as it should be. Just add more death stills, bro. Yeah, but then I also need to collect more corpses. So, like, you know, the reality is, as you say, if you then add more death stills, you also need to farm more corpses. So I need to spend more time farming corpses. And then you say just add advanced death stills, bro. But then I need to make more generators, and I need to, you know, it's like just always more. It's just adding more to the gameplay loop. By the way, let's check. We are good for 20 days. So I just paid my taxes, ladies and gentlemen. I am good for 20 days and 20 hours with my energy. So for the next 20 days, I don't have to actually look at this base. That's fantastic. Because my thought was, just like as an FYI, tomorrow the new Diablo season is coming out, and I will actually play that one. So that was the last Dune live stream until there is another cool update coming, because the next 2 weeks I'll definitely be playing Diablo live here on the channel. Which means that I needed to make sure that my base doesn't decay at all. Which is really making me happy. I do a stronghold run with a buggy and stack up corpses for days. Yeah, I do that too every now and then, Merlin. But again, I'm just happy with my little efficiency. I mean, obviously, you can always do more. But I am in the Plastanium tier with this. I made 400 melanges today. I'm good. I can actually start crafting now, which was my overall plan. Because now with 400 melanges, if I wanted to, I could start making my first set of armor. But I still don't think I actually will make a set of armor. The first thing I wanted to make was the scout wings and the assault wings. It sounds stupid, right? But it's the #1 craft. You want to make yourself 6 assault wings. You want to make yourself 4 scout wings. And then you probably want to make yourself also the engines, right? So the Mark 6 engine and the Mark 6 engine for the scout as well, that you're just moving faster. in each case. Today you want to clean your deep desert base. Already done. Deep desert base is done. You're not going to play the new Once Human update. The new Once Human update is at the same time as the Diablo update, and Diablo has predecessors, to be honest. I will play Once Human once I'm done with Diablo, probably, if there's not another game releasing, and if the Once Human update doesn't turn out to be shit. Because, Ibrahim, the last Once Human scenario was actually shit because it was too difficult for solo players to even remotely enjoy. Yikes. Do you play solo? And if so, how big is your deep desert base? How many trips? I needed 2 trips. 2 trips with a large spice refinery is 2,000 weight. It worked. I still have to bring filters because filters are actually really heavy. So I wouldn't include filter in that trip. I would make the 2 trips to make the base, right? Deposit my decalithogens. Or I could probably carry filters on me as a person. That would probably work. Yeah. If I carry them on me as a person, that would work to make it possible to bring everything in one get-go. Good. Now, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, with the transportation of my deep desert base, I think we're gonna be wrapping up today's stream, because I got to be making 2 more Diablo videos today and another 2 more tomorrow. So it's going to be a plenty busy day. Therefore, thank you for watching today, hanging out. Don't worry, we are not abandoning Dune. I said that before. Dune is from now on a constant on this channel. Like Once Human, like Diablo, like Path of Exile 2. So these 4 games are currently my staple games. Plus whatever new game releases and Souls games are coming. I wish you all a great good day. Don't forget to move your deep desert base. Don't forget to rebuild your deep desert base. And I'll see you all tomorrow again in the evening for the start of the Diablo season, if you're interested. If you're not interested, that's fine. See you on the videos and in the comments. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here.